You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Red and Rev Sports Show on this day, this Saturday after Christmas. How y'all doing today? Well, it's football season. It's NBA season. It's sports season. We got a lot to talk about. We got the big bowl games coming up. The playoffs are coming up. We got some exciting NFL action this week. And guess what? It's going to be a lot of teams having a sad day days after Christmas. No Christmas present for some people. And of course, today is the day, ladies and gentlemen. Set your calendar, set your TV. The Pop-Tarts Bowl is on. So get ready for some live action and some good sports commentary as we are here live, the Red and Rev Sports Show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show featuring Coach Patrick Thomas, Coach is not coming to you live from the ATL. He's coming to you live from MI, cricket letter I, cricket letter I, humpback I, as known as the state of Mississippi, as I come to you live from Coatesville, PA, where the ice is all on the ground. With that being said, we come to give you real sports talk because we are real sports fans who are real sports athletes who have what, Coach Thomas? Real sports knowledge. So hang out with your boys, Coach, and Rev, and maybe Red, and maybe a guest or two to the Red and Rev Sports Show, episode 404. And as is our sports custom, we turn back to Coach Patrick Thomas, who is our numerologist, who's going to give us something or someone dealing with those three digits, 4, 0, and 4. What do you have for us, Coach?
Well, Rev, I don't know if you're going to like this one, but I always had to dig deep into my cranium when it gets in the 400s. But I'm going to go with a man who started out his career in baseball with a lot of promise. He delivered some years, but he constantly plays on a team that will never win a title. And he's been hurt a few times. But, hey, at the end of the 2025 season, this man has accounted for 404 home runs exactly. And his name is one Mike Trout for the Los Angeles Angels. 404 home runs at the end of the 2025 season. Would a Hall of Fame be calling him? Wait and see.
Mike Trout. I wasn't expecting that one.
I know.
Let me see something right quick. I think Mike Trout, okay, he's from the Philadelphia area, New Jersey. Now, Coach, I'm a little disappointed. Not because you use Mike Trout, but I want you to look closely. Let me keep it up there. I want you to look closely at the three digits. There should be something that comes to mind, Coach.
Oh, Lord, the Atlanta area code.
Yeah, it should have been something Atlanta. Come on, Coach. We are an Atlanta-based show, and you missed an opportunity to do something ATL. Come on, Coach. That is the primary Atlanta area code. It's not 678. It's not 706. The first area code connected to Atlanta was 404. Come on, Coach.
Maybe that is jet lag. That's all I can say.
All right. I'm gonna let you have a pass since you had a long drive to Mississippi. But come on, Coach. The numbers are just slapping you in the face. You've been in that area code for what, 3 decades now, 2 decades now? Come on, Coach.
Yes, sir. You're right.
All right. I just knew you were gonna do some ATL, but nevertheless, it's cool. All right.
I couldn't finish the dunk.
All right, let's welcome Revenant Nation real quickly. The nation is in place. The VP said I'm in the building briefly. Plenty of hoes ready to slam down the Mary Gavel to begin another fire session of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Revenant Nation, put up your presents and take a swig of eggnog. Let's go. All right. Thank you, VP. He said that means Coach's internet starting to show off with major suspicion.
Here we go. I'm glad you're on brief.
What's up, Caden? Hello to you. The president is in the building. Good morning, coming to you live from the Panda Pajama Jammy Jam Panorama out of Panama. Mr. President. Love the alliteration and be safe out there in Panama City. The VP said, Reverend Doctor, you threw the alley-oop too high.
See, he's starting already. Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. All right, welcome, Revenant Nation. The president's in the building. VP's in the building briefly. And we thank everybody else for joining us on today. If you don't mind, please like and share this broadcast. Let somebody know you're watching the Red and Rev Sports Show featuring Coach Patrick Thomas. Episode 404. Who knows, your share might literally bring somebody to be a part of Best Nation in Sports Talk, Revenant Nation. As I tell my church, I never will ask you something that I am not willing to do. So let me go ahead on, get on my social media right quick and share this broadcast of the Red and Rev Sports Show. I have liked and now I have shared. And let me go to my other social media page, and that's associated with sports. And I'm going to like and share over there as well. Here we go on the Sports Rev Facebook page. There we go. Like and share. All right. And as Winston from the Coach's Corner, y'all are shared. Smash that button. I love when he says that. All right. The president said, first we had Elf on the shelf. Now we got Coach on the couch. Leave it to Mr. President. He always has jokes with clever humor. I tell you. Leave it to Mr. President. All right, Coach, let's get into this real quickly. Dope Note and Cope. Oh, there we go. All right, get my sounds ready for this moment. What are you doping on, Coach, as we start this show?
Well, Rev, I'm a dope on the San Antonio Spurs, who seem to have gotten the kryptonite for the Oklahoma City Thunder and have beaten them three straight times. And Oklahoma City doesn't have a clue. I don't think they look a little befuddled by Wemby and the boys. The alien is playing out of his mind, and he's shutting down SGA, and there's nothing they can do about it. So I'm gonna go San Antonio Spurs, my dope moment.
Oh yeah. Let me go into my dope moment, and my dope moment has to go to the best basketball player in the NBA. It's no question who it is. Nikola Jokic, also known as the Joker, who on Christmas Day, still got you on there, Coach, my bad. Got to go to the Joker on Christmas Day, went for 56 points, 16 rebounds, and 15 assists in an overtime victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves as Denver beat them 142-138. Jokic scored 18 points in overtime in 3 minutes. That is absolutely unbelievable. So Jokic gets my dope moment for this week.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Let me stay in the same game, and my note moment has to go to Atlanta's own Anthony Edwards, known as Ant-Man. Yeah. Ant-Man, you cannot get ejected in a tight game for something stupid, such as batting the ball out of somebody's hand as they're taking the ball out during overtime, which called you your second team. Technical, rather. Come on, Ant-Man. You got to be smarter. If you want to be the leader of a team, if you want to be the face of the NBA, you got to play smart and do smart things, and you got to be a leader. And you can't lead in the locker room while the game is going on. Come on, Ant-Man. You got to do better.
You have got to be kidding.
All right, Coach, what are you noping on, sir?
I'm noping on one J.J. Redick for the Lakers, who gave his little passionate speech after they lost on Christmas Day to Houston, talking about practice is going to be miserable, and meeting going to be miserable. And it's at a point where it seemed like Kendrick Perkins said, they're not listening to him, and they're struggling because Kendrick Perkins said, quote, the Lakers can't guard a parked car. So J.J. Redick, you're going to have to do something. I don't know if it's coaching or lack of playing or what something, but your little speech sounded good, but is it going to be effective? So you get my note moment, J.J. Redick.
Coach, we come right back to you. What are you coping with?
Coping with one Anthony Street Clothes Davis. He must have been born under a bad moon or when there were no stars in the sky or something going on, because he could just walk down the court and get hurt. Now he has a groin injury that's going to keep him out some more time. And, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's just flat out ridiculous watching him try to keep playing basketball, and every time he gets going, has a good game, he gets hurt. Maybe it's time for you to say adios, habanero, whatever you want to say, and go and shut it down, AD. But this can't keep going if you want the Mavericks to be successful. And that Nico Harrison, that trade looking worse and worse, sir.
All right. I'm coping with the fact that in Baltimore, they're getting ready to have a soap opera starring Coach Jim Harbaugh and quarterback Lamar Jackson in the soap opera as the Ravens turn. But we see that there's a lot of turmoil, according to some sources, and then according to Jim Harbaugh, he in his relationship with Lamar is A+. Somebody lying. Something's rotten in the cotton there in Baltimore. So, ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts for As the Ravens Turn. That will probably have several episodes over the next few months. So get ready.
Yeah. Got to call Stringer Bell.
Hey, Coach, now that has to be music to your ears, sir.
No.
The second best franchise in your division seems to be in turmoil.
No, I don't like to see that. I mean, Lamar is a good dude, and he deserves to one day finally get a trophy, a Super Bowl trophy. Too bad you won't get it in AFC North, but you deserve better. And I think those two, I hope it's something like that'll get squashed soon, because that's not good for both of them. They've gone this long with each other, and they've done what they can. I'm not wishing bad luck on them, but I just want to see that come to a head some kind of way. If it's festering around, that's not good.
Now I got to push you a little bit. You said something that alarmed me, and you said Lamar Jackson deserves a Super Bowl. Why is that?
Well, let's not say. Okay, I changed my. Thank you for correcting me. I changed my mind. He should be playing well enough. I mean, hopefully he'll get one. Let me put it that way. One day, just he got to lead the AFC North to get it, but sorry, he just had to be in the wrong division, brother. And every year, they talk about Mike Tomlin, but it should be a little fire growing under Jim Harbaugh as well.
Well, the thing I struggle with Lamar is I don't see growth in the maturity department.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest struggle that I have with Lamar. I don't see growth in that department. Hopefully, somehow he mature. Maybe he needs a different environment. But I just don't see him maturing as a leader. And if it's true that he's going to sleep in team meetings, something is terribly wrong.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
Terribly wrong. All right, let's see what Revenant Nation doping, noping, and coping on real quickly. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, no, we already did that one. Winston Thornton is doping on Bijan, going over 2,000 scrimmage yards, put himself in position to break the scrimmage yard record.
Good.
Yes, if you're a Falcons fan, you got to find something positive. So I got you.
Yeah.
Winston noping on Michigan football, hiring the coach from Utah. Don't see them making major waves with them. You know what? It's interesting that you mentioned them. I think Michigan fans prefer him over Moore.
Yes.
And I believe that's why
big time
they like to hire, because he's a proven winner and a proven coach. They rather have somebody proven, even though he might not win them a national championship. I think to them, Whittingham is an upgrade over what they had.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think, and then with this crisis that Moore put the program in, I think they believe Whittingham will at least bring stability. So look at it like this. I think they're looking at Whittingham as a bridge to the next coach, because you know, his age is going to get him 6 years old. So we obviously know he's not going to be there forever or for a long time. But I look at it as a bridge. The president's noping on Dear DK. Please call me by my government name and I'll keep my 45.
Here we go.
I talked about that on Sports Roundtable on Wednesday night with Horace and Coach. You can call me any name in the book, but I ain't giving up $45 million. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Winston's coping with the Lakers fans wanting to blame Bron for them losing when the team doesn't play defense at all. But hey, haters gonna hate Goat James. Yeah, LeBron's getting the brunt of that now. The VP said John Harbaugh. Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you for the correction. John Harbaugh. Jim is across the country enjoying his great season in LA. Thank you for the correction. Yes.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh. VP doping on what Winston is noping on. Kyle Whittingham finally leaving Utah to clean up things in Ann Arbor. After 20 years, coach packs up his bags and his 177 wins and 88 loss record. Now he can experience seasoned food of Michigan. Kyle Whittingham is a stopgap for the Wolverines or for the Wolves. Yep, for sure. All right, Coach. Gonna move on to this college football review, and I have to let somebody come on in who was getting some talk about his team last week, and some way, somehow, his Miami Hurricanes went into the 12th man of college football, Texas A&M, and took down the Texas A&M Aggies. So we know him as the Prime Minister here in Revenant Nation. He wanted to come on the show. We had to give him his due since he was right about his Miami Hurricanes. Welcome to Prime Minister, also known as Maurice. What's up, Mr. Prime Minister?
Good morning, Revenant Nation. Good morning, Coach. How you doing? Happy holidays to you. Happy Kwanzaa.
All right.
You seem very jolly, and I guess you've been carrying this jolly move for about a week now because last Saturday your Hurricanes took care of the Texas A&M Aggies. Talk about it. Oh, no, Prime Minister, you're frozen. All right, we'll have to come back and get his connection right. Come on. The Prime Minister's connection not right now, but we'll come back to him real quickly. Oh, okay. He may be back. Let's see. You back? Mr. Prime Minister? Yes, Doc. The VP's ready for the jokes. Uh-oh, Prime Minister Coach.
Oh, Lord. Roscoe is working.
His Wi-Fi. Raise your hand, Prime Minister, if you're ready.
Roscoe is ready today, Vincent Woodruff.
All right, let's try it again. All right, there you go. You good?
I've always been good. Can you hear me?
You were frozen on our you were frozen on our end, so that's what's up. But while you got a good connection, I'm gonna let you wax poetically about your Hurricanes taking down Texas A&M. What you got for us?
Well, for one thing, good morning, Revenant Nation. Now, apparently, I've been said certain things about my Hurricanes not given the chance to win or anything, and yet, Coach, you tend to forget that we do have two defensive ends that will be playing on Sundays. You do realize that, right?
Yes.
It's not about Carson Beck. We have this here little guy called Malachi Tony who made up for that costly fumble. And you know, the Aggies and you have one thing in common. You're both sitting on that couch. Not bragging, not boasting. But then again, when your alma mater.
All right, he's frozen again.
Wonder why.
Coach, what's up with you
What?
and the Prime Minister?
Wait. No. Hey, Rev, my internet works.
Well, it
Trust
keeps
me.
freezing on our end. It keeps freezing on our end, so I don't know what's going on. Are you on
I don't
Wi?
understand.
Are you on the Wi-Fi?
Yes,
Okay. You sound like you're outside.
I am outside.
Okay, because if you typically when we have more than one person, if you have an Ethernet connection, it works stronger.
Okay, yeah, because I am outside enjoying this here nice 81-degree weather out here, nice in my.
You don't have to rub that in on us, man. I'm looking at ice outside my window. So I'm a little envious. I will admit, I am envious of your weather right about now, and I look forward to being in Punta Gorda in January covering sports, so I can get out of this snowy weather and cold weather.
Yeah, but the thing is that I couldn't really go in because being out there on Cal Field, yeah, it was loud, very loud. The thing is, you really can't do too much. I can't go live, even though I wanted it to. But it was just good to actually go into SEC country and make them do this.
Okay,
That's the Sunday that we left.
All right, well, the ACC.
Since it was said that the noise on Cal Field was going to be such a factor, we didn't factor the win. And as far as Mr. Concepcion, he was more like a disaster. My favorite, and
your connection. We can't make out what you're saying, Mr. Prime Minister. Something going on. We'll come back. Jerome K said Poppy Internet was not part of the big. Oh my God. Let's go through some comments. The Prime Minister came ready. Unfortunately, his connection is a little raggedy right now. He said the PM is embarrassing Revelation right now. The VP said Michael Irvin must have stepped on PM's internet card. Prime Minister Wi-Fi flaming out like Carson Beck against decent teams. The Canes had better bring the Category 5 defense and offense to the game against the Buckeyes. The VP said Mike McDaniels forgot to give the PM the Dolphins. Wi-Fi go. VP said nonetheless good win by Miami further vindicated the committee's choice of UM and Bama. Jerome K said, hi, Wi-Fi is sponsored by Florida fan favorite Jitterbug Cellular. What's up, Joe Black? We're going to try the Prime Minister one more time. Come on, Prime Minister. Your internet failing you on your end.
My internet works just fine. I can see and hear you. Can you hear me?
You're getting froze. So while we got a good connection, let's go to your next game. What chances do you give your team to play against Ohio State?
Can you hear me clearly?
Yep, you're good right now. Go ahead.
You're sure?
I'm sure. I'll let you know. Go ahead.
Okay, because my Wi-Fi does work.
All right. Go ahead. Come on, talk to us about Ohio State versus Miami.
Well, three things tend to factor in. Well, there is the revenge from 2002 in the Fiesta Bowl.
Okay.
That's been a prime topic. Also with number 4, who's of South Florida, the native, his dad, who I actually know personally. That's the thing that they've been joining with us Miami folk down here for the past week. And thirdly, I look at Carson Beck. He's been quietly being efficient. But again, back to my original point, which I was trying to make, we do know how to play defense because we have 2 defensive ends that will be playing on Sundays.
Okay. All right. So So with the commentary that you just brought to the table, knowing Ohio State is hungry after losing the Big Ten championship, so they are laser focused right now.
Yeah.
Do you see Miami beating Ohio State in this semifinal or quarterfinal game in the college football playoff that is actually the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic in Dallas, Texas?
Yes.
All right, you got to give us more than a yes. You're on the show. You got to give us why you think that way.
If Miami plays sound defense like they did last Saturday, they can beat anybody. Anybody.
So you think they have the DBs, because you mentioned your edge rushers, which can help your DBs if they get to the quarterback.
Yes.
You think your DBs can hold up against those stud wide receivers, Tate and Smith, for Ohio State?
Yes. The quarterback can, hey, if he don't have a chance to throw the ball, the wide receivers won't have much of an impact.
Now, Ohio State is typically solid with offensive line play, saying that quarterback has had a decent, more than a decent season. After all, he was a Heisman Trophy finalist.
That is true.
Need him to be able to put up those numbers. Ohio State has done well, basically keeping him upright. So, even with your edges, it's not a foregone conclusion that they'll be able to get to the quarterback. So if they get to the quarterback, I can see Miami possibly pulling this victory off. If they don't, it might be a long day. Would you agree?
I would agree with that. I would, because with Ohio State having some extra time to rest, that's a good advantage for them. But I think that with Miami, having a bit of a chip on their own shoulder, playing the underdog, I believe we have a chance. Hey, at least we're there.
Okay, that's a fair
so
point.
We have a puncher's chance.
You do. You're there. You're still part of the the Elite Eight that's still alive. Let me bring in Red. He just came in. What's up, Red?
How you doing, everybody?
Having to fill out an MIA report.
Yeah. Good morning, Redrick.
Morning. Sorry, y'all. I had some technical issues this morning. I finally worked them out.
Let's get into it. So I'm sure you've heard some of the Prime Minister's comments about Ohio State and the Miami game. He's giving Miami a puncher's chance to beat Ohio State. He's banking on those edge rushers that they have in Miami, who he said will be playing on Sundays to get to Ohio State's Heisman Trophy finalist quarterback, saying. So, Red, what do you think about his analysis?
I can't poo-poo it that bad. I mean, like I say, you always got a chance. I mean, and Ohio State, Ryan Day has been known for choking, so it's not like they just don't have any chance, But Carson Beck is out there, and he a turnover machine. He can be. So last thing you want to do is give Ohio State some chances too. So I think the game really gonna come down to which quarterback makes the killer mistake. I believe, because I think both defenses can play pretty tough. So that's honestly what I think is gonna come down to. Is Carson Beck or is Ohio State? What's the kid name? The kid that was up for the Heisman Trophy.
Justin Sam.
Yeah. Is he gonna make a mistake? Is Carson Beck gonna make a mistake? Because whichever one of them do, that's probably gonna be beneficial to the opponent. So, but I wouldn't be surprised. You know how things work out. I wouldn't be surprised if Miami ended up playing Georgia, because that would be their next opponent if they got past Ohio State. And I'm pretty sure Miami versus Georgia would be probably a little more exciting than Georgia versus Ohio State. So,
all right, I'm coming to you.
I don't think he just don't. I don't think Miami just. I don't think Ohio State is Miami definitely.
I'm gonna come to Coach real quick. Let me read off some comments from Reverend Nation. Good morning to you, Miss Sylvia Harris. Winston says, "Yeah, Miami can beat Ohio State in a matchup on the new college football video game." That's good.
That's an Oregon fan talking trash now. Prime.
The VP said Jeremiah Smith warrants a safety over the top consistently. That D-line from Miami had better bring it. Also, got to stop Bo Jackson. Don't get Bosworth. Jerome K said, go Miami. They need to get revenge for that stolen national championship that the Prime Minister opened up about. That wasn't pass interference. The VP said Red Rose was filing a grievance against Steelers. That Kush didn't make Christmas delivery. What is delayed can never be denied. Welcome to the show Rant and Red. The VP said Beck will have to play the game of his life against the Buckeyes. This will be the hardest defense that he's faced all season long. I believe we can agree to that. Prove the naysayers wrong. Kiddo, UGA is watching, show nothing. This game probably is going to determine Carson Beck's draft status in this coming draft. With that being said, Coach, I'm going to come to you. You've heard more of the Prime Minister's comments. You've heard Red's reply. I'm looking at the game odds. Right now, according to Las Vegas, Miami is a 9.5 underdog. And according to ESPN's match predictor, Ohio State has a 70.5% chance to win this game, and the predictor on ESPN is only giving Miami a 29.5% chance to win. Do you believe that's too wide of a gap with the point spread and the matchup predictor, or do you believe it's right where it needs to be?
That's kind of broad considering where we are in the season. Now, one thing that's going to determine the outcome seriously, if Carson Beck is forced to win the game, they ain't got a chance. Fletcher, Ohio State has a pretty good run defense. If they stop Fletcher, then they make it one-dimensional for Carson Beck. And Tony gonna get his because he's just that outstanding a player. But also Smith and Tate could get theirs on the wide out spot if Salem is held upright by Ohio State. So it's gonna be a closer game than I don't know about that 9 points. That's kind of wide. It's gonna be a closer game than that. It's not gonna be a blowout either way. So,
well, it looks like, according to Vegas as well as the matchup predictor on ESPN, that they are straight Rodney Dangerfield in Miami, giving them no respect at all with such a wide margin of a prediction. So it's going to be interesting to see what Miami is able to do. Matter of fact, Winston said if Miami gets their run game going and not get in situations where they have to rely on Beck, but let him manage the game, they have a shot. Now I'm going to come back to the Prime Minister because obviously Georgia fans, and you have two on this panel, we've seen a lot of Carson Beck, and we've seen him, as we affectionately say, back it up, fill in the blank. We've seen enough of that in 2 seasons where he was the starting quarterback. So do you believe the criticism towards Beck is justified, where if the game is put on his arm, Miami's chances of beating Ohio State lessen? Or do you have more faith in Beck than we're giving him?
Well, when we first got Carson Beck, I had to backtrack and listen to how you guys, talked about him. And from what I have seen of him, ever since the Louisville and SMU games, he's really been a lot more efficient, a lot more. So I've seen the good, the bad, and definitely the ugly.
Welcome to Beck World.
Yeah.
All right. So hold up. We got you frozen again. You back?
Yeah, I'm always. What happened?
Yeah, you're frozen on our end. There you go.
I'm
You're good.
frozen.
You're good. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good now.
Okay.
The VP said, bend it like Beckham. All right. So, would you prefer, from what you've seen, using your words, the good, bad, and ugly, that the game does not come down to the arm of Carson Beck?
If it has to come down to the arm of Carson Beck, and if he plays like that,
try that sentence again. You got
because
frozen again. Yeah.
if it comes down to it, and if he plays like he did against Notre Dame with that final drive that led us to the game-winning field goal, then yes, I would have faith.
Okay, so overall, you don't have faith. It's situational.
I do have faith. I do.
Situational faith.
But also this too, Rev, will be indoors. So that would definitely help a lot, because those wins from at Cal Field last week, they were horrible.
Okay. All right. Joe Black said, I would love to see a Beck versus UGA playoff game. He said those guys don't like, you meant to say Beck. Yep, got you. Guys don't like Beck. All right. So real quickly, Red, who wins Miami, Ohio State?
Oh man, I would love to pick the upset, but I don't know, Maurice, man.
It's okay. Listen, it's okay. It's okay. Say it with your chest.
Oh, I'm gonna say it with my chest. Ohio State might win.
What you got to say, Red? Come on now.
Nah, I'm gonna take Ohio State, but like I say, I wouldn't be surprised if Miami pulled the upset. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a close game. I want it to be a close game, because the closer game it is, that means bigger chance for the upset. I don't want no blowout, but right now I'm gonna take Ohio State. Right now, they look like they should take care of y'all with no problem, but still, that's why they play the game. So we're gonna see. But I'm gonna take Ohio State. I'm gonna give them a little bit of respect, because I know Carson Beck, and his company around him, I like just a little bit more than the company around y'all. But hey man, I ain't counting you out, Prime Minister. So don't think I'm dissing the game. So
hey, no. Listen, I get it.
Yeah, right
and
now
I gotta respect that it is a family show.
like I say, but I'm gonna take Ohio State to represent, and we'll see whichever one meet up with, hopefully, my Bulldogs in the next round. But come on,
Hey,
be ready.
I will look forward to it. And to Winston Thornton, you realize that Thornton, this will be Oregon's first time playing in Miami. So that will be interesting. Hopefully they can do this to Texas Tech, but I digress.
All right. Jerome K said Beck will get it done. He's playing for his first round NFL draft position. Coach, you're back.
First round.
Give us your prediction on Ohio State Miami game, Coach.
First round, Beck? What? No, indeed. Okay, we're gonna move past that. I guarantee this game is gonna come down to the last quarter, and Ohio State is gonna kick a field goal or score a touchdown and beat Miami. I think that their defense can stop Fletcher on the run, and like I said, put the game in Beck's hands, and that's not where you want it to be. And the aforementioned Bo Jackson for Ohio State is gonna be an underrated factor running that ball. There's no Bosworth. But what's his name? Bain. They're gonna double Bain, and then that's gonna lead the other guy over. But it's gonna be close. But Ohio State gonna win by a late score. It's gonna be just like the Miami Texas Tech game, full of defense, more defense than offense.
I'm gonna chime in. I'm just very concerned that Miami's about to run into a buzzsaw. We saw last year what happened when Ohio State lost to Michigan. Didn't make the Big Ten championship game, and then they went on that run to win the national championship. They have studs like they had last year. And I think Coach Ryan Day is going to use that Indiana loss for big-time motivation. They've been humbled. They didn't win the Big Ten championship. They were sitting high, coming off a national championship, going undefeated, and now they've lost their first game. So, Coach, you've been a coach before. Sometimes losses are victories because it gives the team prime focus on what they have to do. And I just think Miami might get blown out in this one. Not to say they don't measure up, because they wouldn't be there. They wouldn't be there if they didn't measure up. They beat a solid Texas A&M team. Now, the question is, some might say, has Texas A&M been overrated all season long? Because Texas A&M did not play the cream of the crop of the SEC, if we're honest. They did not play Georgia. They did not play Alabama. They did not play Ole Miss. And those are the three teams from the SEC that are still playing. So some folk might question, is Texas A&M really the team that people thought they were because of their record when they didn't play the cream of the crop in the SEC, and then they lost to a three-team Texas squad? So, like, how legit are they? Did Miami beat one of the SEC powerhouses? That's a question. We don't know, because when you look at Texas A&M, they didn't beat anybody in the higher echelon of the SEC this season. But Miami has the chance to prove me wrong, Red wrong, Coach wrong, because they are playing against arguably the best team in the nation. So if Miami is that squad, like Tupac once said, all eyes on them to prove us wrong. Beck can have a run to cause Coach to question his first round moment that he just had.
That ain't gonna happen at all.
So everything is in Miami's favor to prove everybody wrong. This is the big shot. Matter of fact, they have a chance to put the ACC on their back to make everybody see that the ACC is a credible conference. So we'll definitely get a chance to see what Miami is going to do in the next few days. Matter of fact, New Year's Eve against the Ohio State. Now, we're going to keep you on, Prime Minister, since your internet is acting good with us. So let's go to the next game. Oregon versus Texas Tech. What we got going on with Oregon, Texas Tech? Right now, Oregon is a 2.5 favorite. According to Vegas, they're playing in the Capital One Orange Bowl in Maurice, a.k.a. the Prime Minister's hometown of Miami, Florida. So I'm going to start with you, Coach, on this one. Give us some facts about this game. We know Winston Thornton is looking at you all's predictions since he is a big Oregon fan. Coach, what you got to say about this Texas Tech game and Oregon?
Well, looking at, of course, for Oregon, it starts with Dante Moore, who is projected now. We're talking about projecting to be in the top 5 picks in the NFL. But you got that Texas Tech defense was bought with Neal money, Clinton Neal. So they have to get their money's worth this year. And so far, it seems to be working out because Texas Tech defense is one of the best in the nation. Now, can Moore overcome that with that high-powered Oregon offense? That's going to be the matchup because I know one Rodriguez, who's I won the trophy, I think, for the best defensive player. He was up there. Is going to be hunting him like a shark. So I'm going to give it's a tough one here because it's so close. I'm going to give the edge to Oregon. I think Dante Moore could pull it out. He's an agile quarterback, got a good arm, and he has some good players with Benson and those other guys. So I'm gonna go with Oregon to win this game.
All right, Coach, I'm gonna come right back to you real quickly because I want to go down this for each of you all, the three of you. I want y'all to listen to who Texas Tech has played and see if they should be treated like we just treated Texas A&M to a degree. They've beaten Arkansas Pine Bluff, which is an HBCU, Kent State, Oregon State, Utah, who finished number 16, Houston, Kansas, Arizona State, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, BYU twice. They finished the season 7. University of Central Florida and West Virginia. Can we really talk about their great defense playing against the best school that they played, BYU, and they beat them twice? Does that change any of your commentary that you just gave about their defense, Coach? And do you want to change the spread against Oregon? Because we obviously know Oregon on paper will be by far the most athletic and talented team they would have played all season. So I want to throw that out there, Coach. I'm going to come back to you. Does what I just shared change any of your commentary?
Nope. Not going to change anything on my end. I like I said, I still think Oregon's going to win. But I think Texas Tech defense is, I mean, they played they beat a lot of states. Let's put it that way. You call a lot of states, they beat some states. So I still think they're legit, though. I'm going to get, I watched a game or two of Texas Tech. I think they legit. They fly around that ball a lot. So I'm still give them a chance. And even though Oregon's going to win.
Coach, it's easy to fly around when you're playing against a bunch of Mormons as the best.
Not the Mormons. Not the Mormons.
If they were flying around against Texas, I even throw Texas A&M in there, be one thing. But all right, Coach stands on. Red, I'm coming to you. Then we'll conclude on this game with the Prime Minister. Red, what you got?
Yeah, man. I don't like the schedule. I'm not impressed by none of these teams they played. I was looking for somebody, and at first I was looking at their schedule. I thought, oh, okay, they play this is what it was, real. I was looking at their schedule. I said, oh man, they played Washington, USC, Minnesota, Iowa, and then I had to look down like, oh, I'm looking at Oregon schedule because I was going to get impressed. I was going to be impressed for a bit. I was like, wow, they played all these teams and beat them like this. But nah, man, like you say, when the best team you don't play is Kansas City State and you give 20 to them, and the rest of these nobody, you barely giving up any points to them, and you ain't really played nobody. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Oregon, the team that's more battle tested than the team that's just been beat up on cupcakes all year long. Like I say, you got BYU twice, man. That should be cheating right there. Why can't Georgia get a school twice? And then we can have a team we can beat up on a couple of times. I mean, I swear every week we was on the edge of our seat. When we got to after the first 2 games, every game in the season was a tough one, man. Or some team we had to watch out for. And then the way our defense was playing early in the season, we was on the edge of our seat early. So trust me. I understand when we talking about teams that had to earn their way up ahead versus teams that just just glided their way up into this playoff. And Texas Tech, you just glided your way up into this playoff. When I look at teams you played, so when you glide your way in, that's usually the team that's one and done. And you got to play Oregon and the Heisman candidate and Dante Moore. I think was Dante Moore Heisman. He should have been a Heisman candidate.
No,
I think his injuries cost him a Heisman trip. But anyway, Dante Moore is playing pretty good this year. Played some of the best college football. Oregon played some of the best college football. I'm not gonna take Texas Tech over them when they not even battle tested. So I'm gonna take Oregon this time, Winston. I'm gonna take them this time. Don't worry, it's gonna come a game when I ain't gonna take them. So, but this time, Oregon.
All right, Prime Minister, it's on you now. Who you got in this one?
Oregon by double digits.
So you basically saying it's not even going to be close.
No.
What makes you feel that way?
The way how Oregon's offense is and the way how they just function, because they got so many moving parts. I don't think that Texas Tech will have enough defense, to counter that. Granted, that their defense is good and they're battle tested, but I think Oregon, they're just on another level.
So you believe the speed is going to be too much for them?
Yeah.
And then also Oregon, with their head coach coming from Georgia, used to be their defense coordinator. He plays a physical style of football to go with their athleticism, and you believe that's going to be too much for Texas A&M to overcome?
Yeah, with Texas Tech, and then this is going to be their first time here in Miami playing. So I think that they are pretty giddy about playing at the Orange Bowl, albeit the game is going to start at 12 o'clock, which is very odd because the Orange Bowl is usually prime time. So yeah, this is going to be a good game.
All right.
But Oregon's going to win.
All right, so we got Oregon across the board. Coach is the only one who picked the Oregon in the close one. All right. I told you, Red Winston said, even if we played your dogs, you would still pick my dogs.
Yeah, y'all talking about I'm smoking weed. Winston, you doing them hard drugs, man. Stop messing with PCP, man, and put the meth down.
All right, let's go to the next quarterfinal game. We got the Rose Bowl presented by Prudential in Pasadena, California. The granddaddy of them all is what the Rose Bowl is supposed to be. And we got the number one team in the nation, the only undefeated team in the nation, the Big Ten champs, Indiana University. Who would ever thought we would put all of those things connected to Indiana, maybe with basketball back in the day, but surely not football. And we got them playing one of the blue bloods of college football who has a championship DNA, of course, well beyond Nick Saban and even with Saban and before Saban, the Alabama Crimson Tide. So I'm going to start with you, Red, on this one. We know you're not an Alabama fan. They are coming off an impressive victory over Oklahoma, who had beaten them the previous two times that they played them. They went into Norman to beat Oklahoma on their home field after losing to them in Tuscaloosa just a few weeks ago. So right now, Indiana is a 6.5 favorite over the Crimson Tide. Do you believe the Turds will continue on with their upset ways against Indiana? What says you, Red?
Nah, I think it stopped right here. I know Turds might think I'm hating, but I think Indiana, they just been playing pretty good all year long. I mean, even the test they don't have, they don't beat Oregon. They beat Ohio State for the Big Ten championship a few weeks ago. So Indiana has passed a lot of their tests this year. And Alabama, I'm not saying they don't play some good ball, but like you say, when they play real good teams like Oklahoma, like us, like Indiana coming up, those are the teams, except for Florida State. I can't explain that one at all. But like I say, they struggle against good teams. Even South Carolina, who had them beat, but they let them come back in the game. Like I say, they struggle against teams with physical defenses, and Indiana has that. They struggle with teams with good quarterbacks. Indiana has that. They struggle with teams with coaches that call good offensive game plans. Indiana has that. So Indiana has a lot going in their favor to beat Alabama. So it all just comes down to it. Can they execute the right game plan to beat them? I think they will. I mean, I doubt that Indiana be one and done. And Alabama, it's not like they be one and done because they made the playoffs with a lot of, opposition coming their way because a lot of folks didn't think they were going to get in the playoffs, and they even won a game. So it's not like this is a wasted trip to the playoffs. But hey, farther you go, the more you come up against powerhouse teams, and Indiana is that right there. So it's just how the ball roll. Alabama shouldn't even be in the playoffs, but you're here, but you're playing Indiana. And I'm not going to disrespect Indiana because they don't have a good team. Their coach has earned his way. Their quarterback has earned their way. Their playmakers, the ones for Mendoza, have earned their way. And the defense has played pretty solid. So in Alabama, you have to prove it to me that you can beat Indiana. I don't think you can. Even if this was a regular season game, I would have took Indiana. So I'm taking Indiana. Let's go. Hoosier! Let's go, baby. Beat them third.
Do they cover the 6.5, or do you expect it to be a closer game?
They get them by at least 10.
So they more than cover. Okay. All right. Prime Minister. Before you say it, Winston said Indiana can be had in a major way. Majority of our skill position starters on offense were out when we played Indiana. So he's saying that's why Oregon lost to Indiana. Spread the defense out and run the ball. VP said he's heading out, leaving orders to cue the Lunats. Have a great show. Appreciate it, VP. We got our cue. We can make that happen. And going back before we go, Prime Minister, Texas Tech will beat Oregon by 14. Mark the tape. Texas.
Wow.
Texas teach has a better offense, a better defense, and better special teams per ESPN. One more. Joe Black said Oregon big. All right, against Texas Tech. All right, Prime Minister, back to Alabama, Indiana. What's your here, sir?
Who, me?
Yes, sir. We're waiting on you.
Hello. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, let's just start a GoFundMe so that we can get Jerome Case a speaking spell. That'll work.
See.
Secondly, listen, I am a big fan of Coach Cignetti and what he's done in Indiana. And I'm rolling with him. But game will be close. I can easily 20-17 Indiana victory. I can easily see that.
All right, so you're going with a relatively low-scoring game. 2017. Yeah. So what will put Indiana over the top? Are you just saying it's just purely coaching, or what about the players may be included?
Pure, because one thing about Cignetti's style, he adjusts on the fly, and he's done it as well as anyone that I have seen within the past 3 years.
Okay. Yeah. Well, nobody can deny that.
Listen.
Yeah. Yeah. Everywhere he's gone, James Madison balled out. Now at Indiana, he's made Indiana a football powerhouse that they've never been in his football history. So got to go with that. Coach, who you got, man?
Hey, Rev, when the last time a Heisman Trophy winner won a national championship?
Got to research it, but keep on going.
USC.
Keep going back because it ain't going to happen. Mendoza, Simpson has thrown for more yards than Mendoza this year. And while y'all talking about schedule and everything, look at Indiana's schedule. Take Oregon out and take Ohio State out, and then let's roll down their schedule and see who they've beaten.
But Coach, that's hard to say that because they did beat
I
two of
understand.
two of the top 8 teams left in the tournament.
They did, and then
So I think that means something.
it means something. But
Because look at I mean Georgia, their top win. Well, they beat a lot of nationally ranked teams. But go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
no, I'm just saying Alabama. Another small factor that means a little something. DeBoer doesn't have to be distracted anymore with he might go to Michigan. Talk about Michigan. Michigan got a coach now. So all the DeBoer to Michigan talk can end, and he can concentrate on this game against Indiana. Like I said, I'm not selling Indiana short. I know they're going to give a good game because their defense is strong. But, you know, Alabama did win some tough games too. They got Oklahoma back, and they beat Georgia. So, you know, right now, they might be hitting their stride now. Who knows if Alabama has got a little momentum on their side. Indiana hadn't played in how long? How many weeks has it been since Indiana played? So
2.5 weeks by the time
that lag though always catches up to sometimes to certain teams, and if you ain't played in a while, you know, and that team just got through playing and winning a good, making a comeback game, that might be a factor. So I'm gonna go with Alabama.
Okay, so we got 2 Indianas and Alabama. Joe Black said, I want Indiana to win. I'm just concerned that their quarterback stat padded against inferior competition. He may have won against everyone, but he didn't play great. Do we recognize he did beat Ohio State and made some throws? Like, all right, let me ask this, and then we'll move on to the Georgia game against Ole Miss. Do y'all believe Mendoza is that guy, or is it fool's gold?
Well,
I'll start with you, Coach.
Rev, if you can make Gus Johnson lose your voice, you're a good quarterback.
So he is that guy.
He is good. I just want to see how he does with this lag that's been heaped on him since he ain't played in a few weeks. And Alabama is still rolling. So, you know, I don't like that little lag between games. And I know it happens, but yeah.
All right, Coach, I need you to hold that energy for a minute. I may be coming back to you in a second.
All right, roll on.
Ari, the Prime Minister, is he the real deal? Mendoza the real deal?
I think he has improved greatly. I think he is.
Okay.
Now that is the first round draft pick quarterback.
So he's number 1 pick word.
Yeah.
Okay. Red, you shaking your head. So Mendoza's the real deal?
Yeah, gonna be the first pick in the draft. So I like him. I like him now. I mean, I could be wrong, but if you're asking me what I think, if it was my team picking at the top of the draft, would I be saying go after Mendoza? I would. I definitely would tell the Falcons to take him if we were picking number 1. So I guess I got to die on this hill then. If he turned out to be a bust, I guess I gotta explain it. But right now, yeah, I like him.
There are some people, and I'll say football analysts, who have gone as far as to say if the New York Giants had the first pick, they should pick Mendoza and look to trade Jackson.
Yeah.
Y'all agree with that?
No, indeed.
All right, Coach, you gave them more emphatic no, so we'll start with you. Why not?
You said me? Okay. Jackson Dart has gravitated to that offense and made him somewhat better. I mean, if Jackson Dart can stay away from turning into a crash test dummy, he'll be all right. That's his only problem. But Dart did win games. So why go spend your money when you need more improvement on defense to another quarterback? You just drafted a quarterback. You need improvements on defense.
Now, Coach, you may have proven some of the pundits' point when you said he's like a crash dummy, and you and I both know that the phrase is the best ability is availability. And if he has this mindset to constantly put himself in harm's way, how long will you have him to be a franchise quarterback?
Well, I'm sure that whoever the coach is going to make sure, and they're going to let him know that you can't be running around getting in collisions to make those plays. And you know, yeah, I would keep. I mean, Mendoza comes out there. He's like I said again. That seems kind of odd to me that you would draft another quarterback after you just drafted a quarterback in the year before. You have two young guys on the same team. Get you somebody that can help. You might need a wide receiver or two.
Now, mind you, if they did, the thought process is if they did draft Mendoza, they'll be trading Jackson Dart.
Okay, so you trade Dart, and then Mendoza comes in, and he's not as advertised. You know, projections, potential is everything. I mean, it's a coach killer. Yeah, he got good potential, and they say that's a coach killer right there. So, I mean, why take away what you already got? Dart is still putting up the numbers, so we'll see.
Okay, Red, you've been giving a lot of body expression over there. Give you a quick retort to what Coach said.
I'm dumping Jackson Dart, and I'm going after Mendoza. Number one, you got to think about this. The Giants are about to hire a whole new regime, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
And who's to say that this new regime are going to be in love with Jackson Dart as coach or Brian Daboll or any other Jackson Dart fans? Who's to say when we just said the guy plays too recklessly and he might not even last that long with the way he plays, and listening to him, he ain't going to change the way he plays. I mean, he being defiant. This is the way I play. I ain't going to change. Well, okay, fine. But that don't mean the new regime gonna agree with you and not change the way you play. That don't mean the new regime is gonna want you as that guy when you got a Mendoza, a prototypical guy coming out probably with a better arm, more sense, and can probably execute a game plan better than Dart. So if I'm say they hire an offensive coach, is the offensive coach gonna want Jackson Dart as the quarterback, or are they gonna want Mendoza as the quarterback? When you got Malik Neighbors coming back, I think Mendoza will be better for Malik Neighbors. You got a running back coming back. You can also draft you another running back. Me personally, I think Mendoza is better fitted for what the Giants have on offense and possibly the new Giants offensive. Well, I don't know who the coach is going to be. Well, that's what I'm saying. The coach, whoever they hire as a coach is going to tell the story. If the coach wants Jackson Dart, or does the coach want to go in a whole new direction? Do you want Brian Daboll's coach? Or do you want him to go in a whole new direction? If you're going in a whole new direction, I don't see how you don't take Mendoza with the top pick, especially if you have the number one pick. Yeah, you got defensive issues, but you're going to have to fill those holes when you get a chance. But right now, most new regimes take a quarterback with their first pick, and this is a new regime coming into the New York Giants. So you got to think about that. New regime coming in.
All right, Prime Minister, you were in the no chorus with Coach in terms of the Giants drafting the quarterback. Red said the contrary to what you initially said. Did Red convince you, or are you still hard on your no?
Well, for one thing, I don't know why y'all sitting up here talking about the Giants when it's going to be the Raiders that's going to have the number one pick, since both teams play each other on Sunday. So he'll be wearing that on silver and black.
Now, what if the Raiders beat the Giants?
Oh,
then the Giants get the first pick. So let's just stick with the hypothetical. If the Giants get the first pick, go with it.
If the Giants get the first pick, I think that they might go defense. Besides, I think that the Giants are in love with Dart, but I think he's going to the Raiders.
Okay, now if the Giants get the first pick, either they're drafting Mendoza or they're trading to go down.
Now,
because
if they
you don't pass up on Mendoza, you just don't. They're going to get a haul for the number one pick. So that would probably be the game plan. But I would say this, Red, you made some very strong points. And I think your strongest point is Jackson Dart's mentality, which will cause him to be out the league in 3 years if he keeps that mentality. There's no doubt about it. Because we're seeing Lamar Jackson wear down right before our eyes.
Oh, man.
All that running is caught up with him. Right?
I hope that ain't what's happening, but yeah. You got
we saw Cam Newton's career go down the toilet quick, fast, in a hurry once he couldn't run anymore. All right, so you may have a good 6 to 7 seasons at best, relying on your legs as your primary weapon. If your legs are your primary weapon, your career is going to get cut short. That's just the bottom line. Now, the reason why I would go against drafting Mendoza is because the Giants during this season got a glimpse of what the Giants could be if everyone's healthy. They've already developed the core of Dart, Scatterbo, and Neighbors. And that combo made some noise before Scatterbo got hurt. So I'm willing to at least run that back. And then if Scatterbo gets healthy, you know Scatterbo is like a renegade. Dart is a renegade. Mendoza is like an altar boy in the Catholic Church. I don't know if that mix, right? I don't know if Mendoza and Scatterbo mix mentality-wise. I do know Dart and Scatterbo. So because of culture and climate is why I would lean towards keeping your core that's already proven a little success and see if you can build on that success that they had for a very small sample size this past season. What's your thoughts, Red, as we close this conversation up?
I mean, that's not a bad outlook. But I'm thinking now, if the Giants don't take them, if they have number 1 pick, you're right. What are they gonna do? Because no defense. I don't see them. I can't think of a defensive player worth the number 1 pick right now over Mendoza. So yeah, you're gonna trade back if you get the number 1 pick. And as far as the Raiders taking them, man, the Raiders they got some work to do themselves. Because are you bringing Pete Carroll back? Okay, that's a decision you have to make. Because I don't really want. Excuse me, fellas. I don't really want Mendoza going to the Raiders with the regime they have now, because that regime is on thin ice itself. And you want the kid going to a pretty stable regime. So, man, I would be very interested to see who has this top pick. Now, is anybody else can get the top pick besides the Giants or the Raiders? Or is it just them two right now?
Those two.
Somebody?
The Jets.
Oh, man, if I'm Mendoza, can I come back one more year? Lord have mercy. I'm saying, think about this. If you his agent or you his family, you're looking at the Giants, the Raiders with Pete Carroll. If it's Pete Carroll in that regime, that is a mistake. Because number 1, Pete Carroll ain't gonna be there much longer. And then you'll have a whole new regime coming in. Well, like I said, you want the kid to start off the right way. And man, the Jets, man, do I want Aaron Glenn ruining this boy? God, them 3 right.
Red, you got to remember now, let's not poo-poo too much on the Giants. Because even with their current ownership, they do have a history of winning Super Bowls.
Oh, no. That's what I'm saying. I would be okay if he went to the Giants. It's the other 2 teams.
The Jets.
You know what I'm saying? If it's not the Giants, then the Raiders, I would not want to go there if I'm Mendoza. And the Jets, I would not want to go there if I'm Mendoza. That's what I'm saying. If it ain't the Giants, then I probably would want to go back to school.
That makes sense. Winston said Mendoza's good. I just don't think he's as good as the nation is touting him. He's number 1 pick worthy because he's quarterback. He's coming out in this draft. Signetti energy is prevalent. Joe Black said he beat Ohio State, but he went 15 for 23, 222 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception against Oregon. he was 215 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Penn State, he was 218 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Those aren't great numbers.
Oh, thank you, Joe Black. That's a good breakdown.
Winston Thornton, Giants would be fools to draft Mendoza over Dart when the city has gravitated to Dart and the team has two. Being a runner, coach out of you like it was Lamar, use legs when necessary. Joe Black said against every respectable defense, he's played close and threw a pick. Winston said the Raiders shut down Max Crosby for the last 2 games to give him a better shot at the number 1 overall pick. Joe Black said he put his numbers up against Kennesaw State, Indiana State, UCLA, and Maryland. If that makes him a number 1 pick, our standards have dropped. Joe Black is really not impressed with Mendoza, as you can see.
I know what it is. I bet it's the quiet real. It's the quiet boy personality. That's why they dogging this kid out.
Joe Black also said he literally went for 193 yards against Old Dominion with no touchdowns or interceptions. Jerome K said the Raiders are tanking for a reason. That's why they are looking bad. They said Mendoza.
Man, Jerome, we're not taking your comments serious till you learn how to spell and read, man. Because obviously you reading this stuff and still he ain't seeing it.
The Prime Minister said there's a GoFundMe account. What's it spell it? What was it? Spell it what? Spell it speak. He said
speak and spell.
That's what he said.
Hook don't fun. That's the new Hook don't funny.
All right, let's go to the Prime Minister.
Speak and spell by Texas Instruments. Yes, sir.
We're gonna go to you. Wow. Georgia against Ole Miss. Let's keep in mind Lane Kiffin, the mastermind of the offense, is not in this game calling the plays, even though this Ole Miss team without Kiffin blew out Tulane. What are your thoughts, Prime Minister? Who wins this game?
Ole Miss has a chip on their shoulder. They are trying to prove that they can win in spite of Kiffin's defection to LSU. But Georgia just has their number, especially on 3rd down. So the Georgia would definitely be sending Ole Miss back to Mississippi.
All right, so the Prime Minister saying, Coach, they will have a quick trip back to the SIP, and they're not too far from the SIP because they'll be playing in New Orleans in their ball game. All right, Coach, are you buying what the Prime Minister is selling with Georgia making quick work of Ole Miss because they have their number?
Kiffin makes a difference. I mean, that's huge. Kiffin makes a difference. That he knew how to took Trinidad Chambliss and make him a big time star. And I think Lacey is hurt. Kyron Lacey is nicked up a little bit. And if you can't run on that defense, well, you pretty much have bought the farm. It's going to be kind of tough. Chambliss is going to do his thing because he's that talented. I still don't see how he didn't get more votes toward the Heisman. But no Kiffin, interim coach, that's not a good recipe. Not for a team playing for and trying to get to a national championship. I don't think they can beat Georgia.
All right, so Coach has Ole Miss. The Prime Minister has Ole Miss. Red, we know you're going with Georgia. Now, I got a different question for you.
Red, I picked Georgia.
Yeah, I got you. Georgia, Coach, Prime Minister, and Red, and Coach going with Georgia. We know Red going with Georgia as well. Now, the line in this game is 6.5. Do the Bulldogs cover or do they blow it away? Red, what says you?
Real, we gotta blow it away, man. We gotta go out there and prove something. We can't have no close game. We got to beat Ole Miss and we gotta beat them down. So folks will know. So Ohio State know. Man, this Bulldog team is coming, man. We got some, whoever it is, Ohio State or Miami.
You just said that because the Prime Minister's on the show. At first you said
Yeah.
Ohio State, then you changed. You must have saw the screen. So let me put Miami in there because the Prime Minister on here.
I'm trying to show my boy some love, man. I don't want to dog.
No, listen, it's okay. Just like you said that the Dolphins were
whoever
coming
it
to
is,
Atlanta for a fish fry, but go ahead.
whoever it is next round, they got to know that they coming to play a team. So we can't be messing around with Ole Miss and give the Buckeyes or the Canes any hope to say, man, no, you see, they messing around with Ole Miss. We might got to say no. We got to come out there and dominate, man. We can't be like we was in the first playoff. Kirby, this coach ain't in your league, man. This is the interim coach. You got to go out there. I don't care what that defensive guy is doing, Kirby. You better take that clipboard out of his hand and you call the defense, man, because we can't afford no screw-ups. But, Rev, I like how our defense been playing the last few games. The last few 3 or 4 games, I think we averaging. This is typical UGA defense. We averaging like 10 points allowed in the last few games. So if we stay on that trail, there's no doubt about we gonna win it all. If our defense stay averaging 10 points allowed, we winning it all. I ain't gonna be crazy and think that, but we gonna see. But I like the way Ellis Robinson is finally playing. I like the way the other cornerback is finally playing. They're not falling. You just can't just toss it up in the air like you did early in the season and be like, oh, yeah, that's either a PI or a catch like it was early in the season. They actually playing the ball now. I like how our run defense is coming on now. I like how our running backs are finally coming on now. Frazier and Owens and McCary. And we even got some young boy coming out the bench who I didn't even know we had. The little, really, really little guy. But, like I say, we got to beat them down, real. So, yes, I am taking Georgia to go past the 6.5 point spread, more like 10.5. I even wanted more than that, but at least a double-digit victory just to show this is a convincing victory. And I want the Canes and the Buckeyes sitting back worrying about, man, what we going to do with these dogs? What we going to do with them? Woo, woo. Go Dogs.
Rev, I'm putting my church finger up for a reason.
Go ahead, sir.
What about your quarterback?
Well, as a prime minister, I didn't bring him up for a reason. I was talking about the defense. But
the defense.
Yeah, hopefully our game manager with the way our defense been playing, he only need to make the 2 or 3 good throws a game. So, and he been really focusing on Branch. So they probably, if any defense is smart, they'll probably take away Branch. One of these I'm thinking some of these other guys gonna have to step up, like Bell and Thomas, and even the Logan Luckies, and even the Delps might have to step up in the playoffs because you'd be fooled not to blanket Branch in the game.
Now,
Branch. If you let Branch eat now, we really gonna win. So hey, but Stockton, he is what he is. Maurice, he's a glorified game manager, and he has been managing the games pretty good up until now.
Now, let's also hope that the Georgia wide receivers don't have a case of the dropsies. You can't have that happen.
Well, let me interject real quickly. I think the thing that helps Gunnar Stockton is the same thing that helps Stetson Bennett, and that is he can use his legs. And when you have a quarterback who can use their legs, it opens things up for the questionable wide receivers that you just talked about, Prime Minister. So because Gunnar is in quotes, dual threat, that lightens the load on the receiving corps because you still have to, as a defense, game plan for Gunnar Stockton being able to run. So that's why they've been so successful, because Gunnar Stockton is not your traditional quarterback.
No.
Gunnar Stockton had nothing but like Carson Beck abilities, where he's relying on his arm, Georgia would be cooked. That's the bottom line. But because they are relying just as much on his legs than they are his arm, that makes him a formidable quarterback, and that opens up things for a Branch, who oftentimes Georgia puts in the slot, which is harder to double team a slot wide receiver than it is somebody on who's playing the X and the Y on the ends. So Branch gets his damage done because Georgia moves him around. So, Gunnar Stockton is blessed because of his legs. Now, if he was asked to win the game with his arm, Georgia would be in great trouble, for sure. And then Georgia's running the ball pretty effectively, too. So if Georgia's running game is effective, that makes Gunnar even more of a threat because defenses will have to put 8 in the box. And then with Gunnar's speed, as well as he has a formidable arm, that makes the Georgia offense more dangerous if they can run the ball. Now, Coach, I got a bone to pick with you real quick. Now, we went through 4 games. There were 4 teams that had byes. And the only game that you stated about being off so long was Indiana playing against Alabama. Why didn't that come into the play with Georgia, Ole Miss, Ohio State, Miami, Oregon, Texas Tech? They all been off. Oregon been off. Georgia been off. Indiana, Oregon been off. Help me understand why you didn't bring that factor up in those other 3 games.
Indiana never been this far before.
Okay, so you're going the experience factor.
There it is.
All right, now you didn't say that in your commentary.
Well, I didn't feel I need to, but I know you are a purveyor of logic, so I have to.
Not a purveyor of logic. Well, I just had to keep you honest because you used that as your main point to basically state that Alabama was going to beat Indiana because Indiana been off, and I just had to highlight 3 other teams been off too.
That Alabama pedigree will come to the light in this playoff because they have done it so many years, and you can't knock it. You might not like it, you can't knock it. And Indiana is kind of a newbie in this thing, so I can see that being a factor.
So you're giving Alabama the nod more so because of the blue blood experience.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, that's halftime of the Red and Rail Sports Show. You still got some time, Prime Minister?
I have about 10 minutes before I have to head downtown to go be at work for the Miami Heat.
All right.
Oh, y'all didn't get enough after beat my Hawks the other night. Now you got to go be ready for another game.
All right. It's halftime of the Red and Rail Sports Show. We're going to let the Prime Minister get in on 2 of the comments for 5 for 5. We'll be back in just a moment. For the second half of the Red and Rail Sports Show, we got some basketball, we got some pro football coming your way. So stay tuned for the second half of the Red and Rail Sports Show. We'll be right back.
My Hawks choked it up, man.
And we're back for the second half of the Red and Rev Sports Show. We still have the Prime Minister hanging out with us real quickly, as well as Coach Patrick Thomas, and there is Red Rose joining us for the second half. We're going to get right into 5 for 5, our 5 for 5 segment where we have 5 minutes to talk about 5 different topics. Each of our panelists will get 1 minute to talk about what the subject matter is at hand. We've already been given our cue by the Vice President.
Cue the loonies.
A while ago. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Q Lunis. I can't. He did type it in the chat. I did play it, so we do have it. Where is it, not Prime Minister? Where is it? There he is. I'm headed out. All right. So we got our cue, and real quickly, Jerome K said the Prime Minister has about 10 minutes left on his 7-Eleven prepaid.
Wow.
He came for Jerome also said Ole Miss will beat Georgia. UGA will underestimate the young Republicans. MAGA on MAGA crime. Okay, he went to political right. All right. And Joe Black about Georgia said, I think the coaching gap is too big. It's midnight, and the chariot will turn into a pumpkin. All right. So he's not giving Ole Miss any chance to win that game. All right. 5 for 5. Here we go. Let's do it. The music is on. It's time to talk. Get ready. Let's get set. Let's go. DK Metcalf situation. He gave up $45 million to go deal with somebody in the stands. Coach, I'm going to start with you since you're the Pittsburgh Steelers fan and your guy is suspended for 2 games. What you got to say, Coach?
Well, just like an umpire when he calling a game, got to have right here. So does DK Metcalf. The umpire, I've done it before, and I've heard many things hollered. But you got to know you can't just stop a game and go deal with somebody in the stands. Otherwise, then the game will go on forever. DK is obviously going to learn his lesson, but he's got to figure out a way to get away from people like that. And it shouldn't have been that close. But then again, to say for DK, this fan has a history of harassing him. When he was in Seattle, this same fan has a history of harassing him. So if I was Metcalf, I wouldn't even gotten close to the situation. I'd have been I was standing beside Coach Tomlin, getting away. If I saw him in the stands, I started moving the other way to get away from anything that might distract him winning. So it's a tough pill to swallow, but DK, they did say he has a chance to earn back some of that money, so he's not totally gone.
Red, what you got, man?
DK is a total moron, man. And I can't believe, dude, why would you put all that money in your livelihood, your career, your stake with the team in jeopardy to go over to the stands messing with some fans? And I don't believe this crap that he said, whatever you said that he said, because if he said some of that, dude, you would have swung at him a lot more viciously than you did. You probably would have pulled him from the stands and started beating him down if you really talking about your mama and calling you the N-word. If he called you the N-word and was talking about your mama, and all you did was some little weak, and now you losing money and everything for that, dude, you are pathetic. That is ridiculous. I ain't buying that. I don't know what he said. I don't know what was going on, but DK should have never been over there to be in that position in the first place. This is all on you. Nobody needs to make no excuses for him. You just a dumb dummy in this case, and you deserve everything, all the ridicule you get, because you shouldn't have been over there. What was you over there for? You should have been over there with your teammates. What you over there in the stands for? No reason, DK. You a moron, man. Big dummy. Oh.
All right. I guess the Prime Minister's Wi-Fi card had less than 10 minutes left. He's gone. Winston Thorne said DK is fine. The Steelers are going to pay him. It's up to the team's discretion. They may claw some back, but he will get the majority of his money.
There you go.
if what DK said, the fan said was true, he don't be used to be.
Yeah.
Man, these Jerome cases is rubbing off on everybody.
Jerome Case like Joe Black. You're better than that, sir. Try that with it. But anyway, let's see. Okay, it says should. If what DK said was true, he should be used to it being from Ole Miss. Wow. Okay. Basically saying that should be no surprise. He probably heard worse than what the fan used to say. Okay. Yeah. And then, like Red said, stay away from the stand. He literally went to the stands. Like, find another spot. Like a football sideline is huge. And in a football stadium, you got to yell over thousands of people. There are other places that you can just go on those sidelines. Like, it's not worth it.
No reason for him to be back there, real. No reason for him to be in that position.
Jerome Case said, Red, just say no.
Real.
Right. Hold on right quick, Coach. The president said he plays a sport where that is common. Got to be smart. No doubt. Go ahead, Coach.
I'm looking at the fact that I remember when Lamar Jackson got into it with a fan because he put his hands on or did something, and he pushed the fan, and there was nothing done about it. You know, don't. I understand DK was wrong because it was dumb, but don't flip a double standard like that and not do anything to Lamar. Not saying he deserved it, but he put his hand on a fan. You're getting DK for putting his hand on a fan, and nothing happened to Lamar.
Now, did the fan hit Lamar first, or was Lamar?
He didn't touch Lamar.
Pull that up, Coach. Let's see it.
Yes,
you can. You fine. All right, let's move on to the next one. Liam Cohen. Success in Jacksonville. He's led the Jacksonville Jaguars to compete for the first seed in the AFC. Red, your thoughts on Liam Cohen? Go.
Respect, admiration, and just overall congratulations to the culture and the respect that he's built down in Duval. Remember that, Liam, when he said press conference. But I think he got that down packed now. And I mean, look what he's done for Trevor Lawrence in his game. Look what he's done for Jacoby Myers. Look what he's done for that offense and the D-War and the coaches that he chose for his defense. Pretty good. Like I said, and Coach, I say this all the time. You put the right people in the right spot, and it ain't going to take long for your football team to turn around, especially if you got talent. Jacksonville had talent. They just didn't have the right coaches. They got the right coaches, and now look at them. About to probably win the division. Have a chance to be top seed in the AFC. Where are the Falcons when we making the wrong decision? Out the playoffs, bottom seed, bottom of the division, top 10 pick. Like I say, make the right decisions, you get results. You make the wrong decisions, you don't get the results. And Jacksonville with Liam Cohen has obviously made the right decision. He works on Sunday. He coaches his offense on Sunday. He's not just standing on the sideline looking around and waiting for somebody to do his job. Good job, Jacksonville. Good job, Liam Cohen. I like what you're doing now.
Coach, what you got?
Well, when you got a new coach coming in with a new situation, and Cohen has always been an offensive-minded guy when he was in Tampa Bay. So, hey, he came in and brought that to Sunshine and got Sunshine playing. And then the Jacksonville made a good in-season move, picking up Jacoby Myers, who was out there in nowhere in free agency land, and they picked him up, and he came right in to help out the situation while Thomas was hurt. So Jacksonville got a good thing going on the offensive side, even with people that seem to forget about. I mean, they don't forgotten about him. Travis Hunter, who got injured. So, you brought in got a replacement for him, and you rolling without him. Just imagine how good they would be, or better they'd be with Hunter out there. So, big ups to Cohen.
I'm still talking about. Winston, going back to your last point, Coach, about Lamar, exact Coach. People act like Lamar didn't punch a fan like 2 to 3 seasons ago and nothing happened. Joe Black said, Coach, the fan put his hands on Lamar, which is why the fan had a lifetime ban. Joe Black, who lives in Jacksonville, said Duval is lit. Jerome K said Liam Cole's proof that coaching and development time matters for QBs like Trevor Lawrence. Winston said Cohen waited his time and now it's showing. Now I will give this caveat. Jacksonville has a whole lot more higher end first round picks on their team than the Falcons read. They've been building since the 10s. Joe Black said this shows that you can turn around a franchise in 1 year. Arthur Blank, please take notes. Joe Black said this new GM is doing a great job. Winston says, Cat, the fan had another teammate of Lamar, and then Lamar hit the fan. All right. We won't dwell on the Lamar situation, but we'll go back to Liam Cohen. Now, let me cut this music right quick. We got a few seconds on this topic. Let's be mindful as we give props to Cohen for doing a solid job. He is doing his job with the bottom feeder schedule. So this is why I think we got to be careful. Celebrate Mike Vrabel, who's changed the Patriots around because he's doing it with a bottom feeder schedule. Ben Johnson is doing this turnaround with the Chicago Bears with a bottom feeder schedule, as well as Lynn Cohen. I think next year would be the true test to see if these turnarounds are sustainable and legitimate, because they will be playing much tougher schedules than they are this year. What are your thoughts about my comment? Quick take. Is it fair?
Go ahead, Coach.
Any man that starts out his career saying Duval and winning like this, you got to give him some kind of credit, Red.
All right.
Yeah, but you're right.
Is on me now?
Yeah, your take, Red.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's not a bad take. I mean, you made a point there. I think all three of those teams were, probably in last place last year. So they're probably going to have a last place schedule. So, I mean, it's a good point. So, but, I mean, hey, Real, they still winning. They got to get credit for the wins. And if they win in the playoffs, they got to get credit for them, even though, they did off a last place schedule. But I'm pretty sure there's been a lot of turnaround. I've been a lot of teams that have turned around from having a bad year the year before, coming off a last place schedule. I mean, think about the St. Louis Rams, who won the Super Bowl in '99. They were the last place team the year before, and they went all the way to the Super Bowl with that last place schedule. So we can't really take that away from them. So I mean, it is what it is,
Well, to the point that you made about the Falcons, that shows you how bad Raheem Morris is and continues to be, because he continues to get a very favorable schedule and continues to have the Falcons be a subpar, below subpar team.
Yeah, Raheem's trash. Raheem wish he could be Liam Cohen or somebody, or Ben Johnson or Mike Vrabel. He wishes he could have anything that those guys got. He have nothing. He don't have nothing inside. You got an empty space in your head. I'd be glad when the Falcons get rid of him. Raheem, you don't belong, buddy. I don't even know are we even talking about him today?
No, not right now.
Okay, good.
All right, let's get back into it. Let me cue back the music.
Don't worry, Real. Raheem gonna get exposed with the Rams on Monday night.
All right, Coach. Has the Lions window closed? What says you?
Well, Dan Campbell, I think he needs to he better find a defense coordinator very fast and very soon, because he ain't it. He better find him somebody. No, I take that back. Offensive coordinator. That's what I meant, offensive, because they didn't do as well as they thought they would without Ben Johnson. You know, their offense was suspect at times, and it should have been better. They relied too much. Sometimes looked like on Gibbs, and when you shut down Gibbs, you shut down the offense for a minute. But he's gonna be okay. I know he's a little frustrated, but I'm sure if he goes and follows his own advice and gets the 2 for 25 from Applebee's, he'll be okay.
Red, what you got, man?
I mean, Coach, you starting off for a minute. I was with you. I thought you were gonna say that to me. He needs both coordinators, and you're right. He definitely ain't the offensive coordinator, man. Your play calling, with the exception of that one game, has been left a lot to be desired. And your defensive coordinator, while Aaron Glenn is up here losing games for the Jets, you could have had him back with you winning games for the Lions. If you get fired, if Aaron Glenn is one and done with the Jets, bring him back immediately. Dan Campbell. Is their window closed? I don't know, but the way Dan Campbell be acting his press conference, you think it's closed. I mean, dude, hold your head up and stop looking so doggone depressed, like you want to cry, man. Yeah, you had a bad year. You're coming back next season, you ain't finna get fired. You still got some talent coming back. You had a lot of injuries on defense, so you can use that. And when they give you your meeting after the season, that hey, we have some interest, but we'll be back, baby. It ain't over. It ain't over, baby.
The president said at this point, Raheem should wish to be Liam Neeson. Joe Black said maybe Ben Johnson was more important to the Lions than people thought. Goff don't look like an MVP candidate without him. Winston says no, they've been dealing with injuries, but their defense needs to be retooled. And the need of an OC is alarming. Campbell is 1-5 as OC, I believe. Bet they would be happy with Zach Robinson.
Lord have mercy.
Let's put it like this.
Say about that comment right there.
I think next year would be the determining factor if Ben Johnson was to the Lions what Kyle Shanahan was to the Falcons. So I think the proof is in the pudding. It's not a surprise that Ben Johnson's offense in Chicago is thriving and Detroit's offense in Detroit is diving. So it's going to be really interesting to see if Dan Campbell's success is really tied to Ben Johnson being a prolific play call, because that's what it looked like in Atlanta. Dan Quinn's success was predicated upon Kyle Shanahan. So the jury's out on if Dan Campbell is really that dude as a coach.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Yeah, you're right. I mean, next year will be a determining factor. But dude, stop being so depressed at the end of these games, man. That's not a good look either. You holding your head down for you the one out there taking all those gambles, going for it on 4th down. So when you come into the press conference, hold your head up and talk up. Yeah, we had a bad year, we lost, okay, but ain't even be like, oh well, ain't no fun talking about it. We still out the playoffs. I mean, dog, what you saying so depressed for? That ain't gonna help the situation. So what's gonna happen when you get fired, Dan Campbell? You gonna come to the press conference crying? Dog, I don't like that, real. I just don't like that look.
If Dan Campbell gets fired, somebody needs to be close to him so he doesn't hurt himself. And I ain't joking.
That's what I'm talking about right now. You see what you just said? That thinking right there is the main reason I'm telling him stop coming to his press conference. Because see what you just said, man. You fear for the man to harm himself if he get fired. That's how depressed he be.
Yeah. Joe Black said maybe we should have tried to get Ben Johnson. You think?
Maybe. Talking about maybe. I told y'all to fire the clown last year after the Redskins game. Y'all don't want to listen. Bring him back. Give him another chance. Well, you see how that worked out.
Yeah, because if you had fired Raheem last year, Ben Johnson would have been available for the hire. Here it is. Falcons hire a firm to do job to evaluate the culture. Red, your thoughts as the primary Falcons fan on this panel?
Just more idiotic crap from that idiotic owner, real. I mean, Lord have mercy, dude. Why do you need a firm in evaluating or hiring a consultant, any firm to tell you how to do your job? What do you have? What's Rick McKay doing? Is he not consulting you? Is he not evaluating things for you? I mean, you keep him on payroll, so he should be doing some of this. And the fact that you can't do this yourself off the blank, let me know, man. You don't need that. You really don't need to have a football team. You really don't. I'm saying, what do you own a football team for if you can't make these decisions yourself? You watching every game, you up in the press conference looking, and then coming down on the field watching. So you at every game. What in the world is an evaluating firm gonna tell you that you don't already know off the blank? You already know Raheem ain't it. You already know that Terry might not be it, even though he's had a couple of good drafts the last 2 years. So, dude, this is your decision. Either you're going to make a move and get rid of these guys, or you're going to bring them back for one more year. Thinking about it long term, you probably need to bring them back for one more year since we don't have a first round draft pick and hardly any salary cap space. Now, if you're going to get rid of them, 2027, when we have salary cap space and the first round pick, that might be the way to go. It ain't going to matter because we ain't going to win it all next year anyway. Done.
Coach.
I'm firm on the belief that they don't need a firm. Simple as that. What do you need a firm for? You're not evaluating stock portfolios or anything. You're evaluating a football team. Waste of money, waste of time, waste of effort.
Well, I think that's part of a joke, to be honest, that they're trying to play the Falcons fan base to make it look like they're really trying to get to the nuts and bolts of the problem. And the fans, the smart ones that you do have, can tell you what's wrong. And this is just nothing but a scam to act like they're doing something. And this shows that Arthur Blank is just as much the problem of the Falcons' lack of success to anybody else. Bottom line.
Thank you.
Going back, Dan Campbell worried about somebody egging his house again. That's what he says, man.
That should be the least of it problem.
Joe Black said, unfortunately, it's the same firm that had us hire Raheem and Arthur Smith.
Thank you. So why you keep listening to him?
Wesley said that firm has been around for years with the Falcons. This is literally an update report. Same firm that hired Rod and Arthur Smith. This isn't an isolated event. Someone just dropped it like it was. Jerome K said this is a waste of money and the fans emotional. Man, how are you spelling emotional, bro? Emotional investment.
Emotional.
A winning culture is missing. Now, that point you made very clear and you spelled it right, sir. The president said, evaluate culture. We just need the team to win. This akin to buying cloth with the packet. That probably came out.
Peter Popoff.
Lord have mercy. President, you got down on that one.
I was just about to say, right there, you got down with that one.
Peter Popoff.
All right, last of the 5-5, Coach, will come to you. Lakers and Hawks both have issues, and it seems like these issues have been exacerbated since LeBron has come back for the Lakers and Trae Young has come back for the Hawks. What says you, Coach?
There's only one word, just like Kendrick Perkins said about the Lakers. They can't guard a parked car. It's simple as that. The defense on both teams is horrific. They have some of the most offensive teams in the NBA. They can shoot the lights out the gym, but they can't jump over a flat nickel because both of them are looking terrible on defense. It's simple as that. It ain't no mystery about it. It's defense. If they stop people, they're gonna win games and they're gonna make themselves viable coming into the playoffs. It's simple as that. There's no need for no smoke and mirrors. It's defense. So that's it. No more, nothing else.
Bro, what you got?
I can't believe this, man, but yeah, Coach said it all for both of my teams. I mean, he broke it down perfectly. That's exactly what it is, defense. And I'll go even further saying, Coach, I don't know how you feel about this moron Quinn Snyder. But me personally, I think he got to go with the Hawks. I think he holding his back. I don't think he's a good coach. I think his defensive mindset is completely non-existent. So I think Quinn Snyder I put Rev. I got Quinn Snyder in the same league with Raheem. Get rid of both of them, and the teams might start winning some games. As far as JJ Redick with the Lakers now, I don't think JJ a bad coach, but I tell you what, with the new ownership we got coming in, JJ, you had better turn this thing around and turn it around fast, dog, or you gonna be 2 years and done with my Lakers. You gonna follow LeBron right on up out the door. Luka not gonna get the blame for nothing. Because they know he knows Luka is our star. He know how to win. And personally, I don't expect much from Luka on defense anyway. Y'all supposed to be surrounding Luka with the defensive guys. I know what Luka gonna do. Luka's gonna shoot. He gonna shoot the ball. He'll give you a little effort. He'll stay in front of his guy. But Luka not playing that shut down defense. But his teammates supposed to be doing it. And LeBron, Rev, I don't know what you think about this, but dude, it is time to retire, LeBron. It's time to retire. But after this season, you ain't gonna be my Lakers problem no more because you ain't gonna it's your last year on contract with us. Thank you, Lord.
All right. Let's see what Reverend Knight Nation got to say real quick. Joe Black said we need to have a prayer session with Pastor Turner and the mother of the farmers right now. Winston said, going back to the Falcons, I said on my show Wednesday, the link of the permanent involvement was an inside job to placate fans. So when Rod and Zach come back, they can smooth it over with this report. And that was the Falcons need a prayer meeting, a prayer session. I got it. With the mothers of Mount Vernon and Friendship.
Oh yeah, like they gonna come back and give us a prayer. They the reason we in this mess.
The irony of that is those were the churches that were torn down to build the stadium.
Oh,
hey, Ray, will you believe I actually went to summer camp all those years ago at one of those churches? A few years
wow,
back.
Which one?
I think it was Friendship. Because they was near the camp. It was Camp Best Friends. They had a little summer camp over there one year.
Okay. Winston said that's the issue. You don't expect Luka to do anything on defense, and you can't win like that.
We can win like that. Luka ain't playing no defense, and we still can win. Get rid of LeBron, we can win.
Jerome K said, when I mentioned that LeBron would disrupt the Lakers' chemistry upon his insertion into the starting lineup, Redding coach attempted to mock me.
Whoa. When did I mock you? I didn't say anything about LeBron being inserted into nothing. I didn't care
about talking about.
What I didn't say anything about that.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Case. Are you sure you read that right? I know you can't read that good. Are you sure you read me and Coach's comments right? Maybe you misspelled. Maybe Coach, did we misspell a few words? Or what are you talking about?
I said LeBron is not going to do anything to the starting lineup. I didn't say nothing about that. Because at that time, okay.
Well, now you kind of proving his point, Coach, when you say that. Because he was saying LeBron would disrupt, and you said LeBron won't do anything to start lineup.
Whatever. I may have said then. I don't know. I don't remember that far
back.
Okay,
we probably said that we don't think he's gonna disrupt it. I probably did because we were winning. So okay, is that what you're saying? We didn't think he was gonna come back and disrupt it in a negative way, and we wrong about that. Is that what you're saying? Okay. I probably didn't think you. I thought we would just
let me say this. I think Winston said something. Let me see. I read your Luka comment. Yeah, is this the one? That's the issue. I read that one already, unless you said something else. I don't think you said anything else, but I read the comment, Winston.
We read your Luka comment, and we don't agree. Next.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Typically, you want your players to play defense. Luka is going to have to be surrounded by a bunch of defenders in order for it to help the Lakers. And the problem with the Lakers is this. They do have some defenders. Unfortunately, they don't have too many great perimeter defenders. This is why they get blown out against the Oklahoma City Thunders, against the San Antonio Spurs, because they don't have enough guard defenders. If you look at Oklahoma City, you got SGA. You got Williams, who's solid. You need premier defenders on the wing to be able to slow them down. If you look at San Antonio Spurs, you got Castle, you got Fox, you got Vassell. The Lakers don't have anybody who can defend those guys. So it's a personnel issue. And then the other thing is they still need more size. Ayton helps out, but he can't carry the load when you expected Ayton to go against Harkenstein and Holmgren against OKC, and then against Wembanyama and the big guy Cornette that comes off the bench for San Antonio. They need more size. They have too many 3s and 4s and not enough 1, 2s, and 5s to defend those positions against the best teams in the West, who happen to be OKC, San Antonio, and you can include Houston. They don't have enough guys that can defend the Amen Thompsons of the world, the Reed Shepherd, who was lighting them up on Christmas. In addition to Kevin Durant, they got folk they could throw at KD, but not against those guards. All right, the president said, all right, Winston said, let me go back before I go to the president. One before Luka comment, after the Falcons comment. All right.
Yeah, I thought you read that one.
He probably just posted it again if it was that serious.
The firm. Post it again because I don't see it. I don't see it. Post again, Winston, because I obviously don't see it. Because the only one I see about basketball is a Luka comment. So if you don't mind, post again, sir. Thank you. Serious question. Where does LBJ go from here? Certainly his pride and ego won't let him go out like this. He won't admit. But he wants the grand send-off, but what team is willing to take him? I think it boils down to this when it comes to LeBron, and this is where his ego and pride might get in the way. How much money is he willing to play for? Somebody will sign him, and he could be an asset to a team for $10 million, $15 million. Now, if he's still looking for 40, 50 million, which he's getting right now, that's going to be a problem. That's my take. Anybody else want to add?
The old
retirement. I can't because I was gonna say would Cleveland take him back on the 1-year deal? He can have his little 1-year retirement ceremony in his hometown of Cleveland. But they playing winning basketball right now. Are they gonna interrupt their process just to have LeBron back for 1 year just to close it out in Cleveland? I don't know. It would be nice for him if Cleveland could let him come back on a 1-year deal and he can end it there. But because he's not gonna end it. If you think the Lakers are gonna give you a Kobe-like ending, LeBron, you're fooling yourself. It's not gonna happen in LA. I'm sorry. We appreciate the bubble championship. You did bring us back from what Rev say irrelevance a few years ago, but sorry, you just didn't do enough, in my opinion, and in Laker Nation's opinion. You just didn't do enough for us to give you this special going home retirement year that you're looking for. And yeah, you deserve it, but LeBron, you gotta take some ownership. You the one been bouncing around from teams to teams and never really had that one solid. Unless you count the Heat and the Cavs are solid. That's why I say, if you want to go back to the Heat, close it out with them, or do you want to go back to the Cavs and close it out with them for 1 year, or you can just retire? But this retirement year that you anticipate or trying to get, I don't think it's gonna happen because it should be happening this year. And Lakers in their mind, we trying to win, so we just not gonna put aside winning to give you this big closeout retirement year. So I don't know, Rev. Maybe you the big LeBron fan.
In order to get the farewell celebration with like the rocking chair that Dr. J got, what Kareem got, you got to acknowledge you're going to retire. You can't get this fanfare until you acknowledge that you're going to retire. And I think the best case scenario for LeBron is going back to Cleveland. Miami doesn't really want any parts of him. You know, that chapter is over. Cleveland will always be indebted to LeBron because he gave them something that they had not gotten, and that's a championship. So I think if LeBron is smart, he'll finish where he started, go to Cleveland, and to be honest, his talent is still suited to be able to be an asset to Cleveland's current roster.
Right.
The
He
only
can help him out a
problem
little
would be
bit.
salary cap. Like, if you tell me we get rid of DeAndre Hunter for where LeBron James is now, sign me up.
Right. That thing, yes. Get rid of DeAndre Hunter and bring LeBron back. That'd be the perfect right now. Now we don't want him in. We don't want Hunter with the Lakers, but get rid of Hunter. That is an excellent idea because or move Hunter to the bench or something. But
Replace the salary too high.
Replacing LeBron coming off the bench or even just in the start. I mean, if you replace LeBron with Hunter, that would be perfect. Coming off the bench for us last year, I don't think nobody would look at that as some type of embarrassment. I mean, LeBron James, you've been playing 20 plus years. You playing for one more year. Come off the bench in Cleveland, help them as they sixth man. And because they are trying to win, so it's not like you be losing. You still have a chance to win in your last year. As long as they got Mitchell and Mosley and Jarrett, the big center with the afro, and what's the point guard name? Garland.
Garland.
Yeah, so
Garland
you have to. Right, yeah. So you got some pieces. You ain't like y'all would not be favored to win in the East. So yeah, real. That for me would be.
They have more pieces in Cleveland now than they did when it was just him, Kyrie, and Kevin Love.
Right. So yeah,
I mean,
like that.
Garland's a baller. You put Garland and Spider Mitchell. That's more than Kyrie by himself. You put Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen together, that's more than what you got out of Kevin Love. You know, so they have good pieces, and LeBron can finish his career at Cleveland where he started and have a legit chance of competing. But the roster is just not tailor-made where he is at LA because right now you can't have two defensive liabilities playing major minutes, and you got Luka and LeBron trying to play major minutes, and right now in their careers, their defensive liabilities, and Austin Reeves is not a great defender either. So there you got three defensive liabilities. You need more Jared Vanderbilt with this team on defense, but he doesn't give you the offense that you need. You know, so it's a personnel problem in LA. And then when we go to the Hawks, it's a Trae Young problem with the Hawks. I mean, the bottom line is you can't have all these defensive guys trying to offset what Trae Young doesn't give you defense. You're better off getting rid of Trae Young. The Trae Young experiment has to end. You're not going to win anything as with Trae Young being Batman on anybody's team. That's just the bottom line. You got to send him somewhere. You play better basketball without him because you can play better defense and you're not giving up easy points on the team. I mean, I'm learning this. Please forgive me for taking seriously NBA 2K. I'm going through this right now, NBA 2K, where Philly fans would kill me for this. I'm playing with Philadelphia 76ers. I'm going to have to trade Tyrese Maxey after this year because he's a defensive liability.
Yeah, see that you go, Rev. You sound like my brother. He traded Tyrese Maxey for Cooper Flag. I said, stop. I'm gonna call the game and shut down on you.
But on that game, he's getting killed by the bigger guards and the stronger guards, right? And I'm getting tired of trying to hide him on defense, and that's what the Hawks are having to do with Trae Young. They got to try to hide him on defense, and in this NBA, where people just try to find the matchup they want to exploit, it doesn't work for the Hawks.
Your situation is easy, Rev. You just bring back Kaminga like you always do, and he dominates.
Unfortunately, the Kaminga they made in 2020 is not the Kaminga that's the real deal.
Now, Rev, did I tell you got to upgrade your games? You got to get the new version, man.
I mean, I just can't get the new version every year. I just can't do it, especially because I'm a franchise mode guy. So, like, you know, I gotta get my work out of it. Now, I'm gonna get it next year when this new rookie class comes in, because they're legit. So I don't want just the created versions, which I'm already playing with them, but I want what NBA 2K makes of them with Boozer and Peterson for Kansas. And
now, Rev, this is what I want to ask you. Now, would the Hawks be better off? Would the Hawks be better off grabbing one of these point guards coming out in the draft and moving on for Trae Young and put one of these young point guards coming out? Because this draft is point guard heavy. I grab one of these new point guards and put them with the Hawks and send Trae Young away.
That kid a Cuff that plays for Arkansas is tough.
See?
I don't know if Peterson is considered a point guard for Kansas, but he can play the position. He's a stud.
Peterson's but you do agree the Hawks got to get bigger at the point guard position.
Oh, for sure. They got to get rid of Trae Young. And here's the problem. And this is why they can't sign him to an extension. Nobody wants him.
Nope.
Nobody wants him at that price tag.
Not that,
with that second apron, like the Lakers would have taken him without the second apron.
$50 million. I feel like Chris Tucker and Rush Hour. $50 million for Trae Young.
Yeah. And they're not taking Trae Young now because of the apron. That's just the bottom line. That second apron has stopped trades like the Hawks would have been able to make prior to the second apron. But nobody wants to get over the luxury tax to pay for Trae Young, who does not guarantee victory. People are chiming in. Let me go back. Jerome said LeBron is going to spoil his farewell tour buzz. This should have been his last year. Winston said Luka and Reeves can't play defense, and Bron is nowhere near the defender that he was when he was younger. That's fact.
All right, Winston. Finally, objective statement about your boy. Like that.
Jerome K said the Hawks must separate from Young. The experiments run its course.
We agree.
Winston said, I said a long time ago the Hawks should have kept DeJounte Murray and got rid of Trae. Then you would have had a reliable replacement. The only problem with that is, Winston, and I would agree with you in principle, but since DeJounte has left the Hawks, he hadn't been on the court much. Like, he has done nothing for the Pelicans, and the Pelicans are embracing their youth movement. So the Hawks are looking real good now that they traded the lesser of the players who was available. Like he's not available. So the Hawks actually are winning that trade because Dyson Daniels has done more for the Hawks than DeJounte Murray has done for the Pelicans.
And we were doing okay when we had Dyson playing the point, even though he's not the scorer that Trae Young is. He can play defense.
You have Walker Scott, the guy y'all got from the Timberwolves. He was playing the point. Daniels was still at the 2. But with those two guys, you had size at the guard position who both could defend. So that helped out the Hawks a great deal. And the Hawks did say, if Jalen Johnson is going to take that next step, you need to get rid of Trae Young.
Right.
Let Jalen Johnson be the star or try to find somebody to get rid of. Let Trae Young's contract expire. Find another player in the draft that you can build around this young core and see what you got. But with Trae Young, it's not it. Matter of fact, before we leave the top, let me see when Trae Young's contract expires. Is it this year?
Yeah, it is. Well, no, he got the player option next year. He has a player option. A lot of folks think he's going to opt out.
Oh, he does have a 48.9 player option for 26-27. That's the Hawks' best option to let him opt out. Just don't worry about getting anything returned for him. because nobody's going to give you anything of real value.
And then on top of that, Red Trey come back in the game. You put Nikhil Walker Alexander on the bench, and we need him in the starting lineup.
Right. He's great. He's a solid offensive player and a solid defender, and he gives you more on both sides of the court than Trae Young does just offensively, and that's what you need.
I let Daniels be at the point. Let Nall be at the 2. Give me Daniels. Give me Zach. And I even get Asa Newell. Give him some more playing time because Asa Newell's been doing okay for us. But
he's
beat Crazy as a 6th man. Even he playing some solid minutes for us, especially from the perimeter. So, like I say, the Hawks have pieces, but Trae Young, man, you wouldn't know when Trae Young come back with all this 4-man defense we playing.
Yeah, and that's why I can't be as hard on Quinn Snyder as you are, Red, because Quinn did show something when Trae was not there.
That's fair.
Yeah, so that's why I can't totally poo-poo on him. But I mean, the Hawks are barely holding on to play-in position, and they should be in the play-in because the teams behind them are just terrible. Milwaukee, Charlotte, Brooklyn, Washington, Indiana.
Milwaukee, now that's surprising, but Giannis
is hurt all the time. Yeah, Giannis being hurt is killing them. But the thing that's alarming is when you get a team like Boston, who is in 3rd place, and they lost arguably their best player. That's crazy. For them to be in 3rd place.
Boston, they taking advantage of the teams not playing well. But they not the dominant Boston team of before. They can be beat too. So that's why I say the East still is wide open this year.
Yeah. I mean, you got Cleveland at 7, Orlando at 6, Philly got injury woes. Embiid is going to be stealing money by 2029. He can barely get up the court in 2025. So imagine what 4 years look like. Oh my God, Philadelphia.
And he had a nerve to say the other day he got a problem with Paul George missing games. Dude, you talk about somebody else's injuries, man. If you don't shut up.
You've been missing seasons your whole career, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Paul George missed a couple of games, and you out here running your mouth.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, let's get into these NFL picks so we can wind this show on up. We'll have a little conversation. I'm gonna delete some
games. Well, all the games they played on Christmas.
Yeah, that is true. Quite a few games. I'm just gonna deal with the ones like no need to talk about Giants, Raiders, Cardinals.
Yeah, just do the big games, real. We'll have to do the trash games. Ain't got no playoff ramifications.
All right, let me go through them real quick. Jaguars, Colts. All right, I'll stay with what we got left. All right, here we go. Give you some music. And since I dropped the ball this year, I'm going to do something I've never done. I'll make sure I pay for you all lunch since I dropped the ball this year. Since we don't really have a champion in the pickle.
Okay.
I'll take the blood.
You okay?
Am I okay? What you mean?
You're being so generous with your money today, right?
Well, I mean, I dropped the ball. We've had a pick'em challenge every year, but the half a season we did when we first started the show, and that's all on me. So I have to take the brunt of that. That we're not declaring the champion this year.
Yeah. I got a call the other day. They was asking about you.
Who's that?
Longhorn. They said, "Where are y'all? We ain't seen y'all in a couple of weeks. What's going on? Years. What's going on with y'all?"
Well, next year when I come to Atlanta, I'm gonna make sure I make up for that because I'll be coming to Atlanta January or February. One of the two.
Okay. We'll be ready,
All right.
real.
Let's do it, man. Good matchup. Texans versus Chargers. Both teams are competing for the playoffs. Coach, we'll start with you. Who you got, man?
That Texas defense is hard to swallow, boy. No doubt about it. They have brought this team back from out of nowhere to come in and just start savaging teams. And then CJ Stroud has hit a stride coming back, playing pretty decent. So I'm going to go with the Texans defense.
All right, Real, who you got? Texans versus Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers, they've been hanging on and hanging on. They've been playing, you know, they got a lot of injuries this year, but the fact they in this position is show you what a good coach Jim Harbaugh have and show you what a good GM they have for this depth they have. But I'm with Coach, man. I like the way this Texas defense has been pretty much carrying them. I mean, they haven't pretty much reduced CJ Stroud to a game manager now. He just needs to make a couple of plays a game. This defense gonna carry them all the way through. Even though they on the road, but they on the road in LA. And I know the Texans don't want to show that LA crowd that, hey, we're a defense to be reckoned with. So I'm still gonna take them on the road versus the Chargers. We might be wrong, Coach, but their defense is playing some good ball right now. I like D'Amico Ryan.
All right, let's move on to the next game. The Ravens have a puncher's chance of getting in the playoffs. They're trying to, only way they can get it is if they win the division. And the Steelers, with a win this week, they clinched the division. The Packers right now have the 7th position in the NFC. So we'll start with you, Red. Who you got, Ravens or Packers?
Packers all the way. Coach, get the champagne and you confederated because y'all finna clinch the division this week. It is over for the Ravens. It might be over for Coach Harbaugh. Lamar not even playing tonight. You got Tyrone Huntley playing in a big game on the road in Green Bay, and you think that's gonna help you win the division? Absolutely not. I don't care if Malik Willis is playing tonight. Love Dr. or Malik Willis. Ravens are losing. The Packers are going to win. It is over with for Baltimore. Coach, you still win the division. Congratulations.
Coach, who you got, the Packers, and tell us why.
Yeah, it's going to be the BOB, the battle of the backups. And Snoop play well now. They got the big fullback coming back, and they're gonna have to rely on Derrick Henry big time. But they playing in Lambeau Field, and those Lambeau Field people, they smell that getting in the playoffs since the Lions decided to pull a choke sandwich and not get in there. So I'm gonna go with the Packers going on pulling it out over the Ravens. That
Next one, Reverend next.
what's that?
Go ahead. I'm Coach. I'm sorry.
There's some discord in the Ravens locker room. Apparently they rumoring, but I haven't heard anything about it. But they said some ill feelings with some people going on, and I hate that to happen at this time of the year. Wrong time.
All right,
John
next one.
Harbaugh.
What's up? Coach, is on you. Jaguars versus the Colts. The Colts are trying to hold on to their slim playoff hope. They're trying to win their division. They're competing with Houston for the last wild card spot. Who you got, Coach?
Phillip Rivers, been a nice story coming back. He hadn't hurt the team. It's the defense for the Colts that has absolutely been pathetic. Rivers has done his job, but I'm going to go with the Jaguars. Jaguars riding a hot streak right now. So,
all right, who you got, Red?
Yeah, they holding on, Red. Just keep holding on. And sorry, it ends this week, baby. I'm sorry, Phillip Rivers. Good comeback story, but it ends this week, baby. Jacksonville gonna clinch this game. They probably gonna clinch this division. Colts, you're gonna be eliminated. It was a nice story early on, but the injuries got you in the end. They got the quarterback. I'm kind of curious, Rev, as to what Miss Carly gonna think after this season. If she don't think these coaches did what she's paying them to do, did they make the right decisions? Are they worth these billions of dollars she's paying them? Well, we gonna find out in the offseason, y'all, because I don't know if Miss Carly too happy about how this season ended for her. Because real, in the middle of the season, she was riding high. She thought she was gonna be in the playoffs, feeling good. She thought she was gonna be the star of the season. And now look, man, her team don't let her down. So Colts gonna be an interesting off season. Jags, y'all gonna keep on winning. Jags, real.
All right, so Winston got the Texans over the Chargers. Jerome got the Texans. Winston got the Packers over the Ravens. Jerome K still keeping hope alive for the Ravens. Got the Ravens over the Packers. Joe Black says Texans, even though I need the Chargers to win. Joe Black got the Packers over the Ravens. Joe Black got the Jags over the Colts. Jerome Case got the Jags over the Colts. On to the next set of games. Red, Seahawks versus Panthers. Both teams are primed for the playoffs. The Panthers are trying to hold on to the NFC South, while the Seahawks are trying to win the NFC West. What says you about this game?
Man, neither one of these games that, even though you know who's the better team, you just don't know how it's gonna end up. I mean, I know Seattle's the better team, but they playing on the road, Panthers, same Donald. You still capable of making them same old mistakes, even though your team just be still winning, even with mistakes. So that being said, Carolina, man, y'all probably want to hear with y'all being first in division. You don't want to let them go. But I don't care. I'm going to let the Carolina and the Bucs figure this out. My Falcons ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm taking Seattle.
All right, who you got, Coach?
Seattle. Sea Chickens got still rolling. So I'll go with Seattle.
All right,
13 interceptions from Sam Darnold. 13, real.
Here's the irony. Sam Darnold will be playing against one of the teams he played for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, here it is. Next one. Philadelphia, who's coming off 2 cupcake wins against the Raiders and a Washington commanderless Jaden Daniels. They go into Buffalo to play against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Coach, who you riding with in this one?
Anybody that can beat the Bills, I'm for them. I'm with the Eagles. I don't want Josh Allen to win nothing.
What's your issue with Josh Allen?
He might have to play us in the playoffs.
Okay, that's clearly still a fan issue. Okay. All right. All right, who you got, man?
You know who I got, real? I'm riding with Josh and Haley and the new baby on the way, and Buffalo 4 straight wins. And like you say, Eagles been playing these little cupcakes, making their fans think that, oh yeah, we don't turn it around, we don't figure things out. But don't worry, real, because Philadelphia radio gonna be exciting again this week, because they going into Buffalo, and Buffalo gonna get them a real reality check, and it's gonna expose them once again. Right before the playoffs begin, you're going to have Eagles fans, oh my God, I thought we figured it out. No, you ain't figured it out. You just been playing the Raiders and the Commanders the last 2 weeks. Anybody can play Marcus Mariota, and I don't even know who the Raiders quarterback is, Geno Smith or somebody. But look, you playing MVP talent now. You playing a good Buffalo team that's trying to prove that they belong and they the championship team of the AFC. So, good luck, Philly, but I'm taking Buffalo because I don't trust y'all at all.
All right. Big game, Red. Sunday night, Bears versus 49ers. 49ers are on a roll. The Bears are doing well with Ben Johnson as their coach. This is probably a game between 2 of the best offensive play callers in the NFL, Kyle Shanahan for the 49ers and Ben Johnson for the Bears. Who you got, Red?
Man, this is going to be a good one. Like you say, that preamble you gave is pretty much it. 2 of the best play callers in the NFL. I'm going with my young boy. I'm going with the Bears. I've been riding with them all year long. I ain't gonna jump off the train now, especially against a guy who I don't really like. So, any chance I can go against Kyle, I'm gonna do it. And for the team I've been riding with, Caleb and Ben and Swift and the little young kid that's behind Swift. They've been rolling. I know they don't got Rome Medusa this week, but you still got DJ Clark. You still got that tight end Lovely. You got enough in the bucket to play with the Niners. I mean, that's like when you got Ben Johnson, it doesn't even matter who's on the field. Somebody gonna be on the field that can make the play. Just like with the Niners. It don't really matter who hurt. If you got Kyle Shanahan, somebody gonna be on the field that can make some plays. So it's gonna be a good matchup, and I think it'll come down to the end. And I think Carol Santos, the Bears field goal kicker, will be the one deciding in the end. And get the Niners by 3, 24-21, Chicago.
Coach, what says you about this game, sir?
Oh man, it's a toss-up and a half, but I think the Bears are gonna sneak it out. They Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson have got that thing going well. Even though Brock Purdy and Shanahan are doing well too, and you got to account for Christian McCaffrey always. That's a Swiss Army knife. But I'm gonna go with the Bears.
All right, let's go back to Revenite Nation. Winston got the Seahawks over the Panthers. Joe Black, you could tell that the Falcons are not playing for anything for him to pick the Panthers over the Seahawks.
Right.
Jerome Case, Seahags over the Panthers. Winston got the Bills over the Eagles. Joe got the Bills over the Eagles. Winston going with the Bears over the 49ers. Jerome Case said the Eagles will beat the Bills. However, during the playoffs, the NFL will do whatever it takes to help Allen become the face of the NFL. That's an interesting take. Joe Black got the Bears over the 49ers. Jerome got the 49ers over the Bears. All right, to the last two games, which would have normally been deleted, but because they are fan favorites of Red and Colt, we'll start with the Steelers versus the Browns. The Browns are not in playoff contention. The Steelers need a victory to clinch the AFC divisional title in their division. Red, you going with the Steelers?
Yep. I mean, I like Shador, but I mean, you proven you can get another chance next year, but Steelers playing for something. And I know they ain't gonna have DK Metcalf. So man, somebody else, one of them other receivers gonna step up. But with the way Cleveland defense been playing the last few weeks, man, Rodgers, the Steelers should win this game pretty handily. The way the Steelers defense been playing, you're not running on the Steelers. So if you can't run on the Steelers, they ain't gonna let you do it. Just sit back there and throw on them all day long. But like I say, Browns give them a little game, but that's about it. Steelers, they know the division on the line, and once the Ravens get beat tonight, they know all they gotta do is take care of the Browns, and playoffs here we come. You can sit Aaron Rodgers for a week. DK not playing in the last game won't matter because he already got the division sold up. So this is the game for the Steelers to win, and this is the game they will win. Pittsburgh over Cleveland.
All right, Coach. Tell us why the Steelers win.
I ain't gonna guarantee the Steelers win because it depends on the night. If the Ravens lose, then it's over. Steelers don't have to win this game. If the Ravens lose, then the division is there. So you might see the Will Howard show come Sunday against the Browns. Will Howard might be the quarterback. Get him some playing time in, and Aaron Rodgers will sit over there with his baseball cap on and watch, or his hoodie or whatever. And but then again, I forgot Quinshon Judkins for the Browns had a broken leg, so he's out. So they got no running game, and their defense. Myles Garrett is only playing so he can get his hands on Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers may not be there. So the Steelers are win. They'll probably eke out a win just because it's the Browns and they don't like the Browns. But the Browns really have everything going against them. So the Steelers, depending on what happens tonight, we'll see what goes on.
All right,
yeah, I wasn't thinking about that, real. I wasn't thinking that if the Ravens lose tonight, that Steelers would click no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
They
point.
they might sit Aaron Rodgers tomorrow.
They probably need to get him as healthy as they can for the playoffs. Last game, coach, is on you. The Rams versus the 2-game winning streak Falcons.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because it won't happen for a third straight game. The Rams got something to play for, and the Falcons, well, they got something to play for too, just not what everybody wanted it to be. But it's gonna be the Rams. It's gonna be a good game though. It's gonna be high scoring.
Red, what you got, man?
I don't know how high scoring it's gonna be for us. I know it's gonna be high scoring for the Rams. And I know they definitely need this game after that disappointment in Seattle last week. So yeah, you can forget about it. I am done picking the Falcons. Well, I ain't picking the Falcons for this game. I'm picking the Rams. And I don't feel bad about it. So I mean, Raheem, you a joke. You've been a joke. I'll be glad when you get off my team. I ain't pulling for you to upset the Rams so you can get Arthur Blank and make them feel good about bringing you back next year. I want them to feel bad about bringing you back next year, but saying, man, this not all. This is what we can do to look good for 2027. But you a joke and your team is a joke, and you're gonna get exposed by the Rams. So I hope you enjoyed this 2-game winning streak because it ends on Monday night, baby. Just don't embarrass my city too bad, but I know that's a lot to ask for. So, Rev, you up in Pennsylvania right now, and Coach Steelers fan. So it's gonna be me left here to put up and deal with this embarrassment that's coming in Atlanta on Monday night. So I watch the game with my eyes looking like this. I mean, but like I say, man, exposure is coming on Monday night. And I hope Falcon fans are prepared for it.
All right, Winston said the Browns will upset the Steelers.
Man, Joe Winston, come on, man.
You did give them a pass at the Ravens window, Coach.
Yeah, but they think it would happen even if Aaron Rodgers was playing. I can tell how they talk. Look at this one.
Joe Black says Shador makes his mark. Browns in an upset. Garrett with 2 sacks.
What mark he gonna make, Joe?
The president says Steelers will win. Myles Garrett gets the sack record.
That's more common.
That sounds more like it.
Falcons upset the Rams 27-24 according to 28.
These are straight delusional fans, man. Delusional. If you take the Falcons beat the Rams.
Jerome K says the Steelers beat the Browns. Shador is expected to face a challenging game because his coach seems to be intent on sabotaging his career.
Yeah.
Joe Black says Falcons went out. First Cousins throws for 350 yards.
Oh my God. You guys are completely delusional. Are y'all insane? Because we beat the Cardinals and some trash team a couple of weeks ago, you think they better handle the Rams, the best team in the NFC? completely delusional. But go ahead. We'll keep laughing at you.
The president said for tomorrow, the Falcons would be the Atlanta Bush. And there would definitely be a Ram in it.
Thank you. You see the president that pull out, he spell it. No upset tomorrow. So you see the president thinking logically. Now, had the president said that, had the president said I spell it, I probably would have thought twice. But since the president ain't even smelling it, no. Falcons losing this one, y'all.
He couldn't smell any aroma on that one.
Right.
Jerome said the Lord works in mysterious ways. Please help the Rams boat race, meaning boat race.
I am done reading your crap, man. Lord, we need a spell check function on the computer to read your letters, man. I told you. Jerome, I hope you didn't write many love letters to your girlfriend back in the day, man. Boy,
he must have a condition because you just can't make this kind of stuff up. Both race, the Flakins. You see the Flakins?
Both race,
the Flakins.
Oh my God, man!
Loose Raheem.
Loose Raheem. All right,
we good.
Jerome, man, you thank God you say some good things to override that stuff. it's conceivable that the Falcons, Bucks, and Panthers all finish at 8 and 9.
That would be amazing. That would be
Red, your thought?
None of that helps the Falcons at all. I don't know why you want the Falcons to finish. What difference does it make? Joe Black.
He was doing that to try to push your buttons. He said, "I'm trying for a red ring."
Nah, dude, red. Raheem Morris ain't worth no more red, man. It's time for it to go. Yeah, I know what a moron he is. I'm trying to get y'all other Falcons fans on me and Rev level.
Winston said it ain't delusion. We can match up with them defensively. The question is what the offense will do. Can't wait to see what you got to say Wednesday, Red, when you figure out Rod's back because of this game.
They got Rod back. I already said Raheem comes back. I ain't gonna. It ain't nothing to figure out. You want to know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say the same thing I'm saying now. I knew he's coming back, and I don't care.
And the president said Jerome needs a Mary Ann Webster dictionary.
Not a Mary Ann Webster, not the old. That was back in the day.
I didn't even know it was back in the day. It was called Mary Ann Webster.
Yes, sir. That's what it was. Red writing on the front.
Wow. Joe Black said Kirk does show out on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, while he doing the weight,
Let me cut this music off, man. Y'all, hey, I'm gonna say this. Winston, Joe Black, I give y'all major props for still talking about the Falcons like they're still relevant. I give y'all major props. I mean, like it's the train wreck in Atlanta.
Choo-choo.
But like you all are true to form, being true Atlanta Falcons fans. Like this 2-game winning streak got y'all excited, pumped up. And for me, like the handwriting is on the wall. Like next year, you already know you're not going to the playoffs. As long as Raheem is back, you're not going to the playoffs. You already got 2 teams that are above you, and then New Orleans Saints probably will be above you next year.
Right. But here they go. They don't get it. I mean, no matter how bad the Falcons play, they're gonna always be some delusional fans that still out here giving folks benefits of the doubt. And I just don't get it. But then they say they want the Falcons to win. Well, how they gonna win if you keep having these delusional fans keep giving folks benefit of the doubt? Oh, well, it ain't that bad, you guys. Oh, if this didn't happen, or if that didn't happen, oh, it's not as bad as it looks. It is as bad as it looks, okay? Stop trying to pull the wool over your eyes. It is as bad as it looks, okay? It's actually even worse. So there you go for the red rant, Joe. You got you a little what you wanted.
There he goes. I know, Red. I agree with you. I haven't had a good red rant in at least a month. So he got a partial one.
You got a partial one.
A partial one. All right, gentlemen, let's close this thing on out. Who has the right to do what, when, where, and how? Red, what you got, man?
Yeah, I guess I'll start with me. See if I can put in my dope notes and hopes in here since I missed it this morning. Cause yeah, most of them we talked about. We don't got on Trae Young, we don't got on the Lakers and the Falcons just now. So I guess we ain't talked about my Braves in a while. Okay, Braves, I'll give you some more shout outs. You got the right to keep doing what you're doing. I see. We see the moves you're making. You trying to compete, but Braves, you still have the right to open up that wallet just a little bit wider. Okay, because you're competing with the Dodgers. You're competing with all these other guys. Your wallet's open, but it ain't open like this. You got to open like that. You got to open it up like this to compete with the other teams around. But we'll see. We got a good squad offensively coming back. We're just concerned about what the pitching staff gonna do. So, like I say, Alex, you keep dealing how you dealing, and the Braves, you got the right to be back in the thick of things and win the NL East. Let's get another division streak started. Phillies don't want it. The Mets don't want it. They don't have plenty of opportunities to get it, and they haven't won it yet. So obviously, it is up to us to win it. We have the last ring in the division. Just remember, 2021, that's the last ring in our division. So come on, Braves. You got the right to bounce back after this trash season you gave us, man.
Coach, who has the right to do what, when, where, and how?
Pittsburgh, you had a right to play well tomorrow. I won't be able to see the game, but you had the right to, if you have to win, go ahead and win for the division and go ahead and win another AFC North title. Simple.
All right. And Georgia Bulldogs, you have the right to take care of business in the quarterfinals against Ole Miss. You lost in the quarterfinal round last year against Notre Dame. No need to repeat history in that fashion. Repeat a better history where you won 2 championships a few years ago. That's the history that you want to repeat. So go Dogs. Take care of Ole Miss. No excuses. Lane Kiffin is not on the sideline. All right. Let's see. We got a few Rev. I don't have any emotions. I just want to Rev rant. The president said if we bring back the great Turk Schoenert for QB, we'll have a chance next year.
Not Turk Schoenert. Oh, my goodness.
Turk Schoenert. Okay, thank you for that pronunciation. Win said, do I think the Falcons, great team, heavens no. Do I think we can match it with any team? Yes. That's why the game is scheduled, because they have to be played. I don't want Raw, but he'll be here. It's Merriam-Webster Dictionary.
No, it
Was
was
Did he spell that one right? Because I thought that Miriam supposed to end with an N.
no comment. Leave it alone.
I don't know about that one. The president said, Miami Hurricanes, you have the right to make me a believer. You did it against Texas A&M. It can be done. Push pick. Smell it. He's picking.
Oh!
The
Is that
Hurricanes
a picture?
over Ohio State.
Okay,
He's
I'll take
smelling
off with the
it.
Hurricanes now. I'm with the Hurricanes. If the president smell it, then it might happen.
All right, Joe Black said, listen, I can enjoy what's happening because I follow Rev's lead and got me.
Now, Joe Black, why can't the Hawks fans follow my lead and get them a second team instead of crying and being depressed over the Hawks all year long? I mean, Rev, you ought to hear some of these Hawks fans after losses, man. They need to just follow my lead, get them a backup team.
Look at the president said Jerome is right. It is Merriam-Webster.
Oh, man. Finally, he got one right.
Winston said, great show, fellas. Appreciate the love. Joe Black said, Shador, that Shador is not spelled right, but you have the right to pass for over 300 yards in a dignified loss. A dignified loss. I like how you said it.
You definitely not spelling Shador right.
Shader.
All right. Thank y'all, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show, Revenite Nation. We thank y'all for your comments. We thank the Prime Minister for his time joining us today, especially during our college football review. We'll be back. Same YouTube channel, same Facebook page, same time, 10:30 next week for the Red and Rev Sports Show, episode 405. The president said, I guess I better put away my Encyclopedia Galacticus. All right, gentlemen. Coach, you be safe there in Mississippi. Enjoy your family. Red, stay safe. Enjoy whatever you're doing with UPS if you're still making that overtime money. And I'm going to do what I can to stay safe with the ice on the ground here in VA.
It's actually, the weather not bad down here, real. We actually it's warmer than usual for this time of year out there.
Rub it in, why don't you? All right, everybody, peace and love. Thanks so much. Enjoy your holiday. Happy New Year. And let's have a great 2026 again on the Red and Rev Sports Show. Peace and love, everybody.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Red and Rev and Coach.